What's cracking? How's everybody doing out there, man? In YouTube Landia. You know, it's another day, man. It's another day, man. Just another day, man. I don't think niggas is I don't think niggas is doing too much today, man. I think it's been a slow day, man. We might not have nothing to talk about today, man. It's been a slow day. It's cracking. Uncle Mac in the building. 10th every year in the building. Tom Space in the building. What a day, man. July 4th around the corner. Oh man, I tell you, man. We in here. We in the building, man. Everybody hit that like button, man, as you come in, man. Smash that like button, man. Smash that like button, man. Smash it. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. What's happening, man? Everybody hit the like button, man. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat, man. But definitely hit the like button, man. Yo, he said even black educators are killing each other. Yeah, man. I don't know what happened in the story, man. We got to get to it, man. We're gonna warm it up, but we're gonna get to that eventually, man. But yeah, I don't know what happened there. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see, man. Let's see what's going on here, man. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on with this one, man. I don't know what's going on.
Out following her son's murder. Andre Jones was shot outside a Norcross hotel earlier this month.
Gwinnett County Police announced arrest in the case last week. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes is live for us in Gwinnett County. And Deidre, the victim's mother has a message for the community tonight.
That's right. Jerica Wilson lost her son to gun violence 2 weeks ago. She's now hoping to turn that pain into purpose and to spark change.
I don't want another mother or father or sister or brother to feel this pain. It's senseless.
Jerica Wilson spent the day finalizing funeral arrangements. She's grateful for the arrest, but it does little to ease her grief.
There's no comfort that I'll ever get, even when you are sentenced. There will be no comfort. Your family will still be able to talk to you. They'll be able to visit you. We won't have Andre.
29-year-old Andre Jones was hanging out with a friend when he was shot at the Horizon Inn and Suites in Norcross 2 weeks ago. On Friday, Gwinnett police announced an arrest in the case. 33-year-old Demetrius Bush and 28-year-old Jabari Foster are...
Jesus Christ, man. Niggas just kill, man. Niggas are killers, man. Natural born killers. Niggas are natural born killers. Natural born killers. Damn.
Cross 2 weeks ago. On Friday, Gwinnett police announced an arrest in the case. 33-year-old Demetrius Bush and 28-year-old Jabari Foster are now facing murder charges. Detectives told Wilson her son was tragically targeted in a case of mistaken identity.
To find out it was a case of mistaken identity, it just opened my heart up, and just like somebody took it out and stomped on it and spit on it. It was the worst feeling ever.
Jones was a father of 3. His mother says the children are having a difficult time.
Why would somebody take my dad from me? And it was like, how do you explain that to a kid? You know, what do you say? Other than the world has gone mad. People are just crazy, or they have no regard for life.
Wilson is turning her pain into purpose, calling for solutions to the gun violence tearing families apart.
Back to back to back gun violence. There has to be something we can do as a community to do something. We have to.
And if the police do something, she gonna be the first one marching and complaining about it. That's the sad part, sister. You've been programmed to, if the police do what need to be done, you're going to be marching and complaining about it. That's how it works. That's how it works. Police, we need y'all to do something. Okay, we do something, and it's ugly because it's ugly. Dealing with these thug ass niggas on the street is a dirty job. It's super ugly. Super duper ugly dealing with these dirty ass thug niggas. It's super duper ugly. Like the Scorpion Squad. It's Scorpion Squad ugly. You gotta roll like the Scorpion Squad on these niggas. The Scorpion unit. In Memphis.
And Wilson said she wanted also to take this opportunity to thank the Gwinnett Police Department and the detective specifically who worked her son's case, leading to the apprehension of those two suspects. In Gwinnett County, Deidre Dukes, Fox 5 News.
All right, Deidre, thanks. Let's
Tyler, now at 5, Metro Police investigating a number of deadly shootings. We mentioned earlier in the 5 o'clock hour, 7 people died in less than 48 hours just over this last weekend.
CBS 4's Jesse Wells explains how police made an arrest in one of the 2 double homicides.
The signs here say the area is subject to 24-hour video surveillance. In fact, according to court records, the double homicide at this apartment complex was all caught on camera. It turns out one of the 2 men killed was seen firing the first shots and appeared to be responsible for starting the violence. On Saturday morning, in this apartment parking lot near 42nd and Midhofer, 31-year-old Kenneth Lyles was ambushed, shot, and killed by 2 men. At the same time, Lyle's girlfriend was shot and wounded while sitting in his SUV. Police believe one of the victims returned fire, hitting 27-year-old Johnny Talley Jr. in the chest. Talley, who was wearing gloves and a face mask, allegedly ran from the scene before he collapsed and later died at a hospital. Police claim a third suspect, Marquise Craig, then fired more shots at the victims before he drove away in a truck and picked up.
Jesus Christ. Listen to this shit, man. And listen, I'm not judging nothing nobody did in this situation. I'm sure it's a chaotic situation, but goddamn, niggas are fucking. Yo, being around niggas is the worst, Jack. Being around niggas is the absolute worst. It's literally the absolute worst. Listen to this shit.
Signs here say the area is subject to 24-hour video surveillance. In fact, according to court records, the double homicide at this apartment complex was all caught on camera. It turns out one of the 2 men killed was seen firing the first shots and appeared to be responsible for starting the violence. On Saturday morning, in this apartment parking lot near 42nd and Midhofer, 31-year-old Kenneth Lyles was ambushed, shot, and killed by 2 men. At the same time, Lyle's girlfriend was shot and wounded while sitting in his SUV. Police believe one of the victims returned fire, hitting 27-year-old Johnny Talley Jr. in the chest. Talley, who was wearing gloves and a face mask, allegedly ran from the scene before he collapsed and later died at a hospital. Police claim a third suspect, Marquise Craig, then fired more shots at the victims before he drove away in a truck and picked up one of the 2 initial shooters, Zay McDaniels. From there, the pair are accused of leading police on a high-speed chase that ended when police forced the suspect's truck to spin out and crash on West 16th Street. That violence marked the first of 7 homicides over the weekend.
This was a really hard weekend for the city, right? I mean, it affected a lot of people.
IMPD admits the series of weekend shootings are troubling, but insists the community needs to do their part to prevent violence.
We need to do better as a society. That's every one of us. We have to know when to walk away.
Law enforcement cannot do it by themselves.
Reverend James Jackson's church is less than a mile from the scene at 42nd and Midhofer. He says the weekend violence is disappointing, but points out that homicide numbers have come down significantly so far this year citywide.
Hopefully, this past weekend is an anomaly.
According to court records, neither Craig or McDaniels were willing to talk to detectives after being arrested, but police believe the double homicide stemmed from an attempted robbery. Finally, Craig and McDaniels are currently being held without bond for murder. At the same time, anyone with information on any of the other 5 weekend homicides can still contact either IMPD's homicide office or Crime Stoppers. Jesse Wells, CBS 4 News.
A garage full of
Jesus Christ. Yo. It's so fucking crazy, yo. It's scary being around niggas, man. Niggas are goddamn dangerous, man. Niggas are dangerous. Niggas are dangerous, Jack. When I say dangerous, I mean dangerous. When the East is in the house, oh my God, danger. When them niggas in the house, oh my God, danger.
A violent weekend in the Circle City leaves several families grieving tonight. A total of 7 people were killed in shootings.
CBS 4's Russ McQuaid visited with a mom devastated by the loss of her teenage son and his best friend.
It was someone out for a walk in Butler Tarkington Sunday morning who found 2 bodies sprawled on the curb and in the street. Jessie Kuros' mother said her son and Isaiah Wilson were always together in life and death.
You see one, you see the other, you see the other, you see the other. That's just how they were.
The 19-year-olds graduated from Arsenal Technical High School a year ago. And Robin Kuros said when she went to the crime scene Sunday morning and saw Wilson's body in the street, she knew her son would be nearby.
I think that they were targeted.
It's quite possible that Jesse and Isaiah were here at a party in the 4200 block of Cornelius, and they rounded this corner because they were going down 43rd Street to get to Jesse's car when they were shot to death at this location, and a neighbor told me he heard a car leave that way.
Jesse was a mechanic and just bought a used Infiniti he intended to fix up, but never got the chance. Neighbors told me they complained about a loud party on Cornelius in the hours leading up to the gunfire sometime between 2 and 4 a.m., 3 to 6 shots. Robin said her family has received lots of social media and text messages in the last day from people who seem to know what happened.
It's like I said, we keep getting messages after message, and the things that are being said in there, it's, to me, it's kind of leading back to a certain individual because his name.
But none of them gonna cooperate with the police. But they still snitching because they telling you and you can snitch. They're like, all right, we'll tell you so you can snitch, but we ain't gonna snitch. You can go ahead, take this to the police. We know who did it.
So y'all know when y'all find something?
We know who did it. Damn.
Name keeps getting brought up. Well, how many kids is it going to take to die for them to just do away with something? And neither one of them deserves any of that. They both had a long life ahead of them, and now nothing. I have to go pick my son's belongings up later from a coroner's office.
Russ McQuaid, CBS 4 News.
Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett.
Damn.
Between Saturday morning and this morning, 7 people were killed and more were injured in shootings around Indianapolis. The most recent happened just before 4 a.m. today on the east side. IMPD says officers found a man with gunshot wounds in a neighborhood near West Montgomery Park. He died at the hospital. WRTV's Rachel Wilkerson caught up with the city's director of community violence reduction to find out how those tasked with keeping the peace are responding.
The Office of Public Health and Safety says those involved in the weekend gun violence ranges from teenagers to adults. Peacemakers did respond here at Thatcher Park, one of the scenes over the weekend. I'm told that parks have been a major focus for them this summer. Now today, peacemakers are back into those communities, talking with those impacted and neighbors.
Seeing what's needed there, what kind of things do they see on a regular basis, and then hitting those areas those first 2 days of the week.
7 people shot and killed within 48 hours, including one person around 3:45 Monday near 34th and Emerson. 2 were killed Sunday morning on Indy's north side off Cornelius Avenue. Hours later, 1 died on the near east side off Southeastern Avenue. Saturday, Metro Police were busy after a triple shooting on East 42nd and Mithofer Road. That night, Thatcher Park on Indy's west side was where a woman was killed during a family function.
It impacts a lot of us in the neighborhood because someone passed away. They got to bury their child or their daughter. It don't make no sense.
This isn't good, especially for the older folks.
The director of community violence reduction for the Office of Public Health and Safety is Tony Lopez. He says Thatcher Park is a current priority.
We're wanting our outreach workers and our violence interrupters to get out there, talk with the families, see what's going on. And then try and see how we can help mitigate retaliation from happening in that situation, seeing what other services we can provide to the families at that time.
Lopez says peacemakers are focused on downtown and other parks following youth fights and shootings involving adults. The city's gun violence reduction strategy started in 2022. It involves IMPD, grassroots organizations, and more. How well is it working? Indy had 116 murders in the first 6 months of 2021. This year, the 6-month total is 57.
Right now,
Wow. 116 murders last year and 50 something now. Wow. They heating up though. Jeez, it takes a lot to stop niggas from killing each other. You gotta dedicate like millions of dollars of resources to stop niggas from killing each other. And the niggas you saving is nothing but degenerate thugs and shit. A lot of the niggas whose lives you saving you saving their life so they can kill somebody later on.
Year to date, we're looking at a 28% decrease in criminal homicides.
If you have concerns about your community and want peacemakers to come out, you're asked to call the Mayor's Action Center or call the Office of Public Health and Safety. Reporting, I'm Rachel Wilkerson, WRTV.
Jeez, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. Indianapolis might have they might literally have the crown for this weekend.
Sadly, we begin tonight with a spike in violence this weekend in Indianapolis. Just in the last 2 days, we've had 8 people shot, 2 of them injured, 6 people died. The latest shooting happening just within the last few hours on the city's southeast side. Our Marina Silva is live near Southeastern Avenue, not far from the Marion County Jail. So, Marina, what have you learned out there?
Well, Jenny, originally we were told that the man was in critical condition, but we're now told he died shortly after arriving at the hospital. Now, we're here on Southeastern Avenue where the police say the shooting happened. Now, it's kind of an isolated area. It's off the beaten path. There's not a lot of businesses around here, but I'm going to show you what we're seeing right now. Police have been heavily investigating those 2 vehicles over there. Now, as I said, there's not a lot around here. Now, this shooting happened after a car crash over on Mass Ave. That's a little more than 2 miles from here. Police say both of the vehicles left the scene and ended up here on Southeastern Avenue where someone opened fire. Police were able to detain a person of interest, but that person has not been arrested or charged as of now. Now, this marks the 6th shooting since Saturday morning here in Indianapolis. Sergeant William Young says this scene, as with the others, did not need to happen.
it appears to be completely avoidable. You've heard me talk about today conflict resolution and folks trying to deal with conflicts. This was a result of a property damage crash, we believe, and so when this happens, we ask folks to call 911, let our officers come out and investigate. And this, as I stated before, this is totally preventable.
Police do believe this is an isolated incident. They do tell us that everybody is accounted for that as a part of this incident. We'll send it back to you, Jenny.
All right, Marina,
it's
do we
not
happen to...
preventable. It's not preventable. If both the people is niggas, they gonna react to each other like niggas react to each other. They're going to react to each other the way niggas react to each other. Niggas react to each other. We deal with each other a certain way, man. Like, there's no way around it, man. We deal with each other harshly, man. Maybe because we have to. Because we can't trust each other. But we deal with each other harshly. So it's like, that shit is not preventable. If two niggas get in an accident and they both tough guys, it's not preventable. It's not preventable.
To know the people in the vehicles, were there the drivers involved, passengers, how many total?
We're still working to learn that information. Right now, we do know that there were at least 2 people involved. That is the one person that they do have in custody as a person of interest, as well as the man that died.
Okay, we'll certainly continue to follow it. Marina Silva, live near Southeastern Avenue. Thank you.
Gee.
Today, police tell us gang violence is to blame for a deadly shooting at Boom Island Park in Minneapolis this month. Minneapolis man's now facing charges. A woman was killed and several others were injured. Brett Hoffman has new information about what led up to the shooting.
130 shell casings. That's what investigators say they found at Boom Island Park in Minneapolis after shootings that left one woman dead and 5 others injured, including one who is paralyzed.
Look, they still shooting. They just let off like 200 shots.
23-year-old Zaire Porter was arrested Thursday afternoon. He faces multiple charges, including second-degree murder. These court documents reveal that a large group celebrating a birthday party was kicked out of a park in Plymouth, then moved here to Boom Island Park the night of June 1st. Investigators believe 3 men, including Porter, were asked to come to this park to assist fellow gang members attack an opposing gang, and say at least 9 guns were fired. Charging documents say Porter was in a black Dodge Challenger, circling the park, quote, with the passenger shooting into the crowd multiple times. The shooting left 23-year-old Stagiana Whiting of Brooklyn Center dead. She leaves behind an 8-month-old baby. Investigators say Whiting was in the passenger seat of a vehicle being driven by her sister and were leaving the park after the initial gunfire. Just before making it out of the park, someone in that Challenger drove by and began shooting, striking Whiting. 2 days after the shooting, police located Porter's Challenger at a home in Spring Lake Park, but it was green instead of black, and the license plate was removed. After further investigation, Porter was eventually taken into custody. And there continues to be a memorial here at Boom Island Park for Whiting, where park police have continued to...
Yo, she left. She was outie. She heard the gunshot. She was out. And a nigga pulled up on her while she was leaving and shot her. Probably thought she was like an op or something. Probably just seen a car. They just probably fired up the car because it was like they was spraying into the crowd. So like they ain't nothing. There's nothing when you spraying into the crowd from a car, shooting at some random car that drives by is not out of the question. These are real things that are happening. Like these things are happening, and it's black people, man. And black people are running around talking about white people and shit. Running around talking about white people. How dare y'all, man? How dare y'all run around talking about white people and shit? And what the fuck, anybody? How the fuck ever dare y'all talk about anybody? It's like crazy, man. This is crazy.
To step up patrols. Now, as for Porter, his first court appearance is set for Monday at 1:30. In Minneapolis, Brett Hoffland, 5 Eyewitness News.
Break today as one of the victims in the Boom Island Park shooting is laid to rest. Today, Stajina Whiting, better known as Pretty Pre, was honored and remembered by family and friends. Now, she was one of 6 shot in the mass shooting on June 1st, but the only one who died. Fox 9's Leon Purvis was at her funeral, and Leon, her family says her light and energy will sorely be missed.
Karen, her father tells me Pretty Pre loved her family. She always joked and loved making TikTok videos. She leaves behind an 8-month-old baby girl who she adored. Her family says she was at the wrong place at the wrong time on June 1st.
It's sad that she gone, and we got to do this.
Darnell Robinson, emotional at his daughter's funeral service. He remembers talking to his daughter, Stagiana Whiting, known as Pretty Pre, an hour before her final breath.
She literally left out the house at 9:20 and was pronounced dead at 10:22.
Her aunt, Princess Gardner, recalls the night of the senseless gun violence.
She actually made it out of the park when she was hit. It was 200 shots fired that day at Boone Island. And out of those 200 rounds, 3 of them hit Pre.
Her family says she was just heading to a party and wasn't caught up in the events that led up to the Boom Island Park mass shooting. Her father says his daughter was a hard worker.
She took care of her daughter to the utmost. She worked overnight, 10 to 6, graduated from high school, taking college classes. Just overall good woman, man.
Investigators have one suspect in custody. When Robinson was asked if that gives him a sense of peace, he said peace has been with him since that day.
I was mad at first, then I had to convert to my beliefs, and to dust. I'm a man. I get emotional.
Robinson is currently helping take care of Pretty Pre's daughter, Treasure. Many at the funeral wore the color purple for Pretty Pre.
And new tonight, 19 members of 2 rival street gangs are now facing charges for a series of crimes terrorizing the Belmont and Claremont neighborhoods. And they've been dismantled. News 12's Heather Fordham has the details on the takedown and what city leaders are calling for next.
Bullets fly in broad daylight as shooters open fire on busy sidewalks, sending people running for their lives. Surveillance video shows the alleged rival gang shootouts, capturing the terror on the streets in 2 Bronx neighborhoods.
The Bronx is bleeding, and I'm doing everything within my power to make it stop.
These guns were confiscated in the takedown of 2 rival street gangs, where 19 members are facing charges ranging from murder to attempted murder to gang assault. Half of them just teenagers at the time.
Adult gang members pass loaded weapons to adolescent and juvenile gang members and instructed them to shoot.
The 9 Rack gang, said to be affiliated with the Bloods, claimed their territory in Claremont from Morris to Teller Avenues. Third Side gang, associated with the Crips, operated in Belmont along Crotona Avenue and Southern Boulevard. Together, they are charged in 12 shootings, injuring 3 innocent bystanders, and in one case, killing their own gang member in a failed retaliatory shootout.
City leaders are now passing the blame to the Raise the Age law, where teens under 18 are only charged as juveniles in family court, as opposed to be tried as an adult who would face harsher consequences in the criminal court system.
Since Raise the Age went into effect, the number of shooters and shooting victims under the age of 18 has doubled.
Tish says they're focused on precision policing, flooding more officers into high crime areas, a tactic she says has dropped shootings by 60%. In Concourse Village, Heather Fordham, News 12, The Bronx.
Shout out to Eric S., man. He said Sons be having more shell cases than a range. Yo, it is insane, man. Jeez, man. It's like, man.
In Baltimore County, 2 men are now facing murder charges for a tangled case tied to a Towson home invasion and a body found in a public park and potentially an unsolved mass shooting.
Well, Fox 45's Rebecca Pryor has details. Rebecca.
Kai and Mary, that's right. We now have answers after a young woman's body was found here in Druid Hill Park late last year. Police, they are allegedly connecting 2 brazen murders to the same gun. And tonight, the investigation in this case remains ongoing.
In a chilling crime spree, Baltimore County Police tying 2 men to 2 fatal shootings taking place December 9th of last year. According to charging documents, 23-year-old Daquan Ferguson and 27-year-old Anthony Jackson breaking into this home on Beaver Bank Circle in Towson in the middle of the night.
We did that one.
Tonight, we're hearing about another example of young people committing crimes. 3 teenagers are arrested for a carjacking in Upper Fells Point. Fox 45's Vincent Hill joins us live. And Vincent, this is the latest in what many are saying is a string of crimes.
That's right, Kai. An armed carjacking, just the latest incident of both violent and non-violent property crimes in the area. And one resident says now he's reconsidering where he wants to live.
Sunday night, just before 9 o'clock.
I have a call for an armed robbery, robbed at gunpoint, like gun involved.
An armed carjacking in Upper Fells Point.
I just seen the police and I seen the fire department coming. They were standing there.
But the suspects didn't get far.
All 3 are in custody. No suspects outstanding.
Baltimore police say those 3 suspects are a 15-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 19-year-old.
I don't go out after about 7, 8 o'clock at night.
The latest crime in the area has this Upper Fells Point resident on edge.
City residents are getting to the point where...
White man, what privilege, man? What privilege? What privilege? White man can't leave his house after 7 o'clock at night. Ain't that a bitch? He got here about privilege, all this privilege. You gotta run around here about privilege this and privilege that and oppression this and colonization and all this bullshit. And you can't leave your fucking house after 7 o'clock. Because the goddamn sun turd gonna fucking accost you.
Where it's just going out of its mind now.
It was just 2 weeks ago, near the same intersection, that Nick Webb, an Upper Fells resident, was robbed at gunpoint in front of his home.
Once I opened the trunk and kind of turned my back a little bit, that's when they
pulled the gun out.
Those suspects still on the loose.
I've been living here for 2 years. First time anything like this has happened to me.
For this resident who's lived in Upper Fell since 1968.
From real decent to now, it's out of control. It's totally out of control.
So far this year, BPD has responded to 10 robberies, 13 stolen cars, and 11 aggravated assaults in Upper Fells Point. The entire neighborhood, less than 1 square mile in size.
So they need to do something about this. And I'm honest, straight up about it.
This longtime resident
I'm thinking about moving out to the county.
Says he's fed up and could be on his way out.
Been in this house since '68. Like, are you really thinking about moving to the county and leaving all this behind?
Yes. Yes. Because I am sick and tired of it.
Right now, it's not clear what the 3 teens involved in that carjacking are charged with and if the 15 and 16-year-old are still in custody. For now, we're live at BPD headquarters. Vincent Hill, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our
Developing tonight, an urgent search for answers after a driver was shot and killed on a freeway in King County. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Molly Shen.
And I'm Preston Phillips. Troopers say they don't know if the shooting started as a road rage incident or was completely random. This happened last night in the northbound lanes of State Route 167 in Algona.
KOMO's Jeremy Harris joins us live from that area tonight. Jeremy?
Yeah, we just learned that the victim here is a 22-year-old man from Auburn. The medical examiner says he was shot multiple times while driving down the highway. That is alarming enough, but adding to the urgency here is the fact that troopers say they really don't have any idea who did it or why. A traffic camera recorded the first trooper who arrived to the scene of this shooting on SR 167. Inside that silver Prius, they found a driver who had been shot and killed.
It's a very concerning, very horrific scene. It could have been way more tragic than what it is right now. It's obviously a very tragic scene, but there could have been a lot more victims. 7:30, that's rush hour.
But beyond that, troopers don't know what prompted the shooting.
Even in that heavy traffic, you're doing 50, 55 miles an hour. Think how long it takes for you to travel that far. Shots fired back here. By the time the car rolls and goes over to the shoulder, it's a huge space.
Jim Fuda with Crime Stoppers at Puget Sound says in-car cameras may be the key to solving the case, even from drivers who don't know if their car recorded anything of value.
With the Teslas is that they've got that footage that's going all the time they're on the road, is that you might not see it, but your car might have.
Troopers closed the freeway to investigate for hours. There were 2 descriptions of possible suspect vehicles. One, a mid-90s Ford Explorer. The other, a newer model Subaru or Toyota Roadster.
We see the road rage, whether it's a road rage, whether it was targeted, who knows at this point. If that's going to happen to you, separate yourself from the situation. Don't do anything to provoke it. No hand gestures, no mouthing, no anything like that. No reckless driving, slam on your brakes. Just separate yourself from the situation.
The medical examiner identified the victim as a man named Brainer Castro Jaramillo. We know that the State Patrol says they want drivers to review their dash camera footage from last night. And now this happened in the northbound lanes, but around 7:30. But they think there could be video of value between 7:15 and 7:30, really anywhere on SR 167 south of Auburn. So it might be worth checking those Tesla cameras or dash cameras. Tips can be submitted to the State Patrol, or also tips can be submitted anonymously to Crime Stoppers. Reporting live in
Oh, man. This is crazy, man. So much violence. So much violence, man. So many niggas
We have an
getting
arrest that was made in the shooting and robbery of celebrity chef.
Look at this big nigga, man. Big face motherfucker. This nigga look like he about 5'2". Big ass face. Look at this nigga, man. We lucky, man. I'm telling you, we are lucky. White people don't really want to lock us up, man. They don't. White people don't really want to lock us up. They don't. They don't really want to lock us up. They don't. White people as a unit, liberals and conservatives, they don't want to lock us up, man. They have to. They gotta lock us up. Some of us up. If white people really wanted to lock niggas up on some vendetta shit, on some racial shit, it would be how many times more niggas would be in jail if white people was really like, yo, we want the letter of the law. We're going to prosecute you niggas to the letter of the law. Huh? If white folks was like, yeah, you know what? No breaks, no diversionary programs, no probation, no throwing the cases out, no the jail full, so we gotta just drop these cases because the jail full, it's overcrowded, the jail overcrowded, so we gotta let some of these niggas just get off. What's going on, man?
What's good, man? Hey,
Yeah.
man, the blacks are trying it again, man. When it comes to like unjustified shootings and shit, they really trying to pick up steam on this social media one.
Which one? The one about the lifeguard?
Hold on. Nah, Jabari Latrell Peoples.
I'm not
Say his
familiar with
name.
that.
Say his name.
All right, let me see that. Let me do this one, then I'm
Tobias Dorzon. Police say that 21-year-old Devin Spivey is actually charged with attempted first-degree murder.
But the search continues for 4 more suspects. Fox 5's Tisha Lewis joins us live from Upper Marlboro with more. Tisha?
And these are the court documents that have so much new information and new details concerning this case that everyone has been watching very closely. 21-year-old Devin Spivey is being held without bond. We've also learned that he's charged with 18 counts, including first-degree attempted murder. We've also learned he's just one of 5 suspects in this case. That means 4 remain at large. Fox 5 has learned Chef Tobias was emotional after learning about this latest development. We're told Devin Spivey was arrested on Friday after a search warrant was granted and performed. Court records indicating Hyattsville Police Department investigators say location data from Spivey's white Infiniti EX35, which reportedly placed him at the shooting scene. Plus, court records say police used Spivey's cell phone records, which, quote, coincided with the victim's path of travel. Chef Tobias and a female victim were waiting for an Uber when they were attacked. Tobias has spent nearly the last 8 months recovering, including learning to walk again.
We're pleased that he was held without bond. Those charges, I believe there are about 18 counts to include a couple of counts of attempted first-degree murder, as well as armed robbery, related handgun charges, and multiple other related offenses. And so we look forward to continuing with the prosecution of this case.
Investigators also reviewed surveillance video from a nearby gas station, which also shows Spivey's white SUV matching the description of the vehicle used in the shooting.
You know, this case has really shook a lot of people, Tisha. People have been waiting for this moment. What else do we know about the forensic evidence that was actually used in this case?
Well, there's so much forensic evidence, including that we're told Spivey's cellular location data apparently places him in the area of Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, the same time that Chef Tobias and this female victim were waiting for an Uber and leaving the restaurant. Coming up at 5, we hear from Hyattsville Police Department's chief.
All right, Tisha Lewis live for us tonight. Thank you.
Man, these just savages, man. Straight savages. This the one right here? This him? Let's see.
Some breaking news, new details from Homewood Police about the officer-involved shooting that killed 18-year-old Jabari Peoples. Good evening. I'm Sherry Jackson.
And I'm Carly Lang. This happened on Monday night in the parking lot of the Homewood Soccer Park. CBS 42's Scott Minshaw joins us now live in our newsroom. Scott, Homewood Police say they will allow the family to see the video of this shooting, correct?
Yeah, that's right, Carly. Jabari Peoples' family says they haven't seen that video yet, and they do not believe what the Homewood Police Department says led up to the shooting. They say he was complying with what officers were asking him to do.
Tonight, in a written statement, the Homewood Police Department says an officer was patrolling the Homewood Soccer Complex Monday night around 9:30 when he came across Jabari Peoples and another person in a vehicle. Police say as the uniformed officer approached the vehicle, he noticed a smell of marijuana. He then ordered both Peoples and the other person out of the car. While Peoples exited the vehicle, police say the officer noticed a handgun in the car door. The officer then tried to place Peoples under arrest for unlawful possession of marijuana. The release goes on to say that Peoples began to resist, breaking away from the officer and grabbing the gun. Police say the officer then fired one shot, hitting Peoples. The 18-year-old
he fired one shot.
I look at the pro-black shits on Twitter though. What they saying about this shit?
He fired one shot. That makes me think that I believe the cop, because if he was racist and wanted to kill a black person for no reason, he just lit his ass up.
Exactly.
Sure,
I mean, everybody different, but like, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers just see black and they just go for it. Most people when they got that firearm in their hand.
Yeah, you know, I mean, this little nigga was. That he resisted, that's not like fucking unbelievable that he resisted because he know that gun probably had I would love to know if that gun got some bodies on it or some shootings on it, and he didn't want to get arrested with it, or he just didn't want to get arrested with a gun, period. And he thought he's going to try to get away. That's not like, that's what niggas do. It's not controversial.
So on Facebook is a guy named Derek Savage Jr. that posted like this long video and telling the story about what the eyewitness said at the shooting.
Put it on the back. Put it in the back chat.
All right.
Jabari Peoples, man. He was a good boy. Dang, I tell you, man.
Police say the officer then fired one shot, hitting.
Can we get some people to support the channel tonight? Can we please get some people to support the channel tonight? Salute to Barry B, man. Barry B in the building.
Yeah, I put it in the back. It's you gotta click on the profile and go to the comments. You know how it'd be like that bullshit.
Oh man. So he says, "This is where's the part where he said where the people say
yeah, it's that video, that first video, the guy speaking.
Oh.
it's all dramatic and shit. Sons are evil people, dog.
Which one? Which one do I click on?
Hold on. Go to comments, I guess. I don't know. Go to first.
This is Derek Savage post.
Yeah,
Right here.
yeah. It's a closed caption there. Oh no, go. You got to change the settings to all. I believe instead of most relevant. You see most. You got most relevant.
Where's that at?
Right there underneath for the left, right there. Yeah.
All comments.
Yeah. Damn, they changed the whole settings. Your settings off. Mine was like it just popped right up. It's like a video. Damn. Oh, your shit a little different.
This right here?
That's a white dude, but it's another. Oh, him right here. Yeah, right there. Yeah. That's him. Yeah. This dude here, man.
Having a voice if I ain't gonna speak up for this. Look, you can't be serious. I usually don't do this, but I feel like I got to. Ain't no point in me having a voice if I ain't gonna speak up for this. Another unarmed black teenager unalive, shot and killed by the same people that was supposed to protect him. Was sworn to protect us and ain't doing it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm pissed off. Look, what I'm so pissed off about right now is 18-year-old Jabari Latrell Peoples. 18-year-old that was gunned down by the police in cold blood by a cop in Homewood, Alabama. Nobody said a damn word until it was too late. Bro, I got chills right now talking about it. And I ain't staying silent, and you shouldn't either. The media won't cover it, so I got to. On June 23rd at 9:30 p.m. in Homewood, Alabama, Jabari Peoples, black, 18-year-old, unarmed, unviolent, and compliant, was approached by somebody in an unmarked car. An unmarked car. No lights, no sirens, and no badge. They tapped the window and tell everybody to get out the car. Jabari follows the instructions. Doesn't run, doesn't resist, doesn't fight. Seconds later, he's taken down to the ground, shot and killed. Murder. No warning, no reason, just an execution. And the officer, no attempt to save his life. No CPR, no effort. Just let him die like that, like trash. Where this story get real fucked up at? I apologize for cursing, but I'm pissed off right now. His family wasn't even notified until the next damn day at 10 a.m. on June 24th. By who, you might ask? This is even worse. Not the cops. Not the people that came to the scene initially. Not even the city. Freaking coroner's office is the one that notified him. So think about this. His body was already moved. Autopsy got completed without his parents' consent. Are you even listening to what I'm saying? They didn't even let his own mother see him. They didn't even let his parents identify his body on the day of the incident. My question is, what the hell was they covering up? See, what they didn't know is there was an eyewitness that seen the whole thing. That's not protocol. That's not accidental. That's a cover-up. That's called dehumanization. Sounds like to me that's murder, manipulation, and a cover-up. Jabari Latrell Peoples wasn't some thug. He wasn't somebody running in the streets. He wasn't a threat. He was a student, son, a brother, a young man who had dreams. And he just graduated. The police officer nor the police department gave a damn about any of this. They didn't even give him the courtesy of having his own parents identify him at the scene. He just saw a black kid and they pulled the trigger. And yeah, nobody ain't gonna say it, but that's exactly what's going on. I don't care about being politically correct with this story, because this shit needs to stop. I refuse to have him just be another name added to a list that's already too goddamn long. Y'all don't share any of my posts, y'all need to share this one. The family is demanding answers. They want the full police report to be made public. They want all body cams, car cams released to the public, and the identity of the officer who pulled the trigger. That's the craziest part. We still don't know the officer who pulled the trigger. Look, this is what TikTok is about. If anybody got resources, send it out to this family right now. I got a voice, I gotta say it. No more secrecy, no more silence, no more allowing them to kill our babies. An 18-year-old black unarmed boy that was gunned down by police in Alabama. His name is Jabari Latrell Peoples. Say it one more time. Jabari Latrell Peoples. Jabari Latrell Peoples. All I'm asking is that you do your part. Just share this message out to the whole world. Jabari's blood is on their hands, and if we don't raise hell about this situation, they gonna keep doing it to us. I don't care if you ever look at any of my videos again. All I need you to do is share this one video, because awareness starts with you. It starts with me. And if nobody told you, Chemo told you. Stay motivated and protect your kids like their life depended on it. Because as you can see, they ain't doing it for us.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody
bro,
want to be an activist, man.
bro,
It makes me
bro,
sick.
bro. I didn't even look into it because I was coming on here and I wanted to like watch it with y'all. But you played the news clip and just said it was a gun in a fucking driver's side door. He jumped out.
Telling you, man.
I know. And then this dude kept with the sad music. Like, what the hell?
Bro, the
Yeah.
worst fucking people
I'm
in the
telling you.
United States of America.
They
Like, what are
are,
you talking about, bro?
they are, they are.
It is just, it is just. I mean, there's so much crime going on in that community for them to be talking about white people that don't like us
Bro,
killing
the
our kids.
passion though. Did you hear the passion?
Yeah, for some niggas to be
Yeah,
man, put the guns down.
Hey man,
yeah,
we come on, man. We need to come together, man. We gotta put these guns down, man. You know, like it's us, man. We was kings, man. Come on. This motherfucker got conviction in his voice, bro. He even got music in the background. Say his name. Say his name. That motherfucker will be avoiding saying the op's name, bro.
I'm telling you, he wouldn't be asking for shit. He wouldn't be. He wouldn't because he know them niggas might come see his ass.
Hitting peoples. The 18-year-old was transported to the hospital where he later died. Jabari Peoples' cousin, Deandra, who is speaking on behalf of the Peoples family, says they have spoken with the person who was in the car with Peoples Monday night. The story they have heard is different from what police say.
Jabari's and the young lady was out at the park. They wasn't aware that an officer had pulled up. The officer didn't have any lights on. He tapped on the window and asked him, "Little boy, what are you doing here?" And then they got out the vehicle.
Yeah, come on.
Little boy, what you doing there, boy?
Come on, man. Come on. Like, come on. It's 2025, bro. Bro, I work
He
with
had
white
his
cops.
fantasy.
I work with white cops that's so afraid to fucking say little boy or anything disrespectful to kids. It be 15-year-olds and we saying sir.
Yep,
Come
yep.
on, man.
Everybody knows sons get it's the opposite. Whatever narrative sons are preaching, it's literally the opposite. They don't just lie, they tell the opposite of what's actually going on. These
yeah.
sons, man, these son kids got so much privilege, man. They get to commit crime after crime after crime after crime after crime after crime. If he would have got, think about it, if he would have got locked up with that gun, nothing would have happened.
Bro, if he would have
Like,
got locked up with that gun, he would have been home. That's the next court date. It could have been the next day or it could have been 2 days. He would have been at home.
yep,
And that would have been it.
yep. They trying to act like these niggas do dying over some stupid shit. And they got it so good in this generation, man. And we had it good too, don't get me wrong, but it's just sad, man. Talking about some boy. Hey there, boy. I guess so. The cop didn't roll up in. They said it was an unmarked car, so it must have been a red pickup truck, right?
Yo, but the officer, the news shit said that he was in full uniform. So at first, when I heard unmarked, I'm thinking like, okay, maybe it's some plain clothes officers. But this motherfucker was in full uniform because the news reported he was in full uniform.
Yeah, but you know, niggas
They
lie.
lie so much, bro.
They lie all the time.
And he was, from what we're told, the young lady said he was cooperating, doing everything that the officer asked him to do.
Sherry, right now,
Hey.
for the People's family says they have not yet seen that body camera video, and this investigation is being headed by the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. Back to you.
Scott, thank you.
Can you imagine a body worn camera in 2025 where a white officer in an unmarked car. This is what they're saying. This is what they're telling you to happen. Just imagine, everybody visualize this. Everybody in the chat, right? It's an unmarked car. Is a young black, unarmed teen with a black female in the passenger seat. They was probably in the park fucking. That was the whole reason why the police pulled up, right?
Yeah.
So they knock on the window with his flash. Imagine like the 1990-80 flash, like the big one too. You know what I'm talking about? Where you almost crack the goddamn window. Do. Hey boy, little boy, what you doing here? And he's like, "Oh, sir, I ain't doing nothing, sir. You know, it's just me and my lady, sir. We's not doing anything." And they're like, "All right, step out the car." And he steps out the car. He complies. And he doing everything that he supposed to do. And the white officer pulls out his gun and just shoots the shit out of him one time, square in the chest. That's what they want us to believe to happen.
I'm telling you, man, it's just so.
It's so fucking crazy. But in 85% of some people's minds, that shit makes sense. And that's why we fucking suck, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is that they're gonna remember. Hey, what was that one Sunman where I mean it was a total mistake by the cop when it happened, but I guess he said that he had this happened
Castillo,
probably like
Philando Castillo.
yeah, and you know he
No, that cop
practically
definitely freaked the fuck out. But
yeah.
but it was marijuana in the car. And he was smoking weed, and there was a lot of smoke in the car. So like he had violated his concealed carry anyway. So it was an arrestable offense. But did that
Yeah.
cop freak the fuck out? Hell yeah, he freaked the fuck out.
Right. But you know what I'm saying it just take the Son Man only needs one example. They only need one Jesus. They only need one
If
Gentile to
that cop
crucify.
had asked Philando Castile to step out the car and he would have complied and just stepped out the car, which I believe he would have, it wouldn't happen. It was the cop. He ain't had that much time on the job. So instead of asking him to step out the car, Philando Castile, he just asked him, "You got a gun?" And Philando Castile said, "Yeah." And he all high and moving all weird and shit. And when he reached, he just freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it was awful for the cop because you knew damn well that he ain't mean to do it, and you also knew what the implications were coming behind it. But even worse, they're gonna take this. They're gonna take this George Floyd, or they're gonna take that wasn't George Floyd. I guess you would be. They're gonna take that Trayvon Martin stuff and continue it. And that was an Obama. Wasn't Obama in office during that time, or maybe it was Trump?
I think that was Trump.
It definitely wasn't Trump.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't Trump. It wasn't Trump. Not Philando Castile.
2017.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't 2017. It was before that, wasn't it?
No,
I don't know.
It was after. Look, just go ahead. I think it was 2017. I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was 2017. But yeah, this Jabari, man. Let's see.
July.
Well, now
July
to our
2016.
continuing coverage of the deadly.
July what?
2016 before Trump. Yeah.
So that was Biden.
Well, now to our continuing coverage of the deadly police shooting of Jabari Peoples. The teen's family is still waiting to see the body camera video, but there's still no timeline from state investigators on when that will happen.
The family's attorney says the request to view the footage has been denied for now, even as Homewood police say efforts are underway to get it to them. ABC 3340's Mary Barron joins us live.
And Mary, did the family's lawyer say why that request was denied?
Brenda Muriel, the case has been turned over to the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency from the Homewood Police Department. Now, the family's attorney, Leroy Maxwell, says he has completed every step to be able to see the footage. However, the answer is still not at this time, and he hasn't been given a reason why.
Neither I or the family have seen the body footage whatsoever. And I believe Homewood has maybe made some sincere efforts to convince Aaliyah to release the body cam footage.
Monday night, Jabari Peoples was fatally shot while sitting inside a vehicle in Homewood Soccer Park. Police claim they attempted to arrest Peoples for unlawful possession of marijuana. Officers say Peoples resisted, leading to a physical struggle. The Homewood Police Department claims Jabari then tried to retrieve a handgun, posing a threat to the officer. But Jabari's family says there's more to the story.
Jabari did not pull a gun on that officer. The officer was not injured. The young lady that was with him, she was a witness. She saw everything, so.
The family's attorney, Leroy Maxwell, says this is now a case about trust, transparency, and justice.
And we've demanded to see the video every single day, and the answer has continuously been no. And when asked if there's a timeline for us to view the video, the answer again is no.
Homewood police tell us the incident was recorded on the responding officer's body cam footage.
If he did anything wrong, maybe a ticket, maybe a fine, but a death sentence should not be the answer.
The Homewood Police Department says arrangements are being made for the Peoples family to view the footage. However, Aaliyah is the only entity authorized to release it.
I don't know if they need time to get their ducks in order, 2, 3, 4 weeks, months. I don't understand, and I don't know.
Maxwell says if the footage is not released in a timely manner, they do plan to file a lawsuit. Now, I did reach out to Aaliyah to learn why the footage has not been released and if they have a timeline for when the Peoples family can view it. As of news time, I have yet to hear back. Live in West Alabama, Mary Barron, ABC 3340 News.
Wow.
It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
From WREG in Memphis, this is News Channel 3 at 10.
Salute the Apple Kiss, man. Apple Kiss says, "Sup, Ox, sending support from Philly." Shout out to the Philadelphia, man. Yeah, we ain't checked on Philly in a while, man. We might have to do Philly today, man. Make sure y'all support the channel, man. Hit the PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat. Support what we doing here, man. Bring you this news, man. This Negro news, man. Even though it's Negro news, it affects all of us, man. It affects everybody. Because it affects everybody. I don't need to explain that to y'all. Y'all know. Y'all already know. Y'all know. Y'all that are here, you guys know. It affects us all, man. This Negro news, man.
Getting you started with breaking news first at 10. Part of Interstate 40 near the Warford exit was shut down tonight after a multi-vehicle crash. Police say a pickup rolled over and the driver was ejected. He's in the hospital in critical condition. That pickup ended up in the median. The accident slowing down westbound traffic while police investigated and had that pickup towed away. No one else was hurt.
There's breaking news also near the medical district. Police responded to a shots fired call on Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue between Crump and Peabody. Officers cordoned off the street as a search for evidence. But tonight, police say they did not find any shooting victim. And topping your news leader at 10, the Shelby County Sheriff's Office needs your help getting this man off the streets. He's accused of posting a Facebook video with a gun inside the Criminal Justice Center. Hello, I'm Stephanie Skurlock.
And I'm Greg Hurst. WRG's Raven Copeland joins us now live from the CJC with reaction to this potentially dangerous situation. Raven?
Good evening, Greg and Stephanie. WREG spoke with a Tennessee lawmaker who says this is just one of the reasons why there is a need for a new facility, while some community members say this is a part of a bigger issue.
New video released from the Shelby County Sheriff's Office paints a better picture of how a gun was possibly smuggled into the Criminal Justice Center. Sheriff's deputies say the man shown in the wheelchair is the same person who posted a Facebook video with a firearm. The newly released video shows the man being searched by security and a metal detector. However, somehow he was waved on through, apparently with a weapon.
I mean, I think it's just another example why we need to go ahead and build a new jail. If you go through the security system at the jail, it's outdated, it's old. I'm not surprised somebody was able to get something through, but it's no excuse because we need to allocate money to rebuild this jail, get them a better safety and security system so that incidents like that won't
I know
happen.
she don't mean it like that, but when they say build a new jail, I'm thinking like another one. Like keep the old one and build another one because you need it for the house all the niggas. But she just talking about like replace the old jail. No, build a new
I
one.
didn't. I thought she was talking about building a new one.
Nah, she talking about just a new one to replace the other one, man.
Won't happen again.
WREG spoke with a man off camera who says he was just released from the jail. He says he's seen the deteriorating conditions and is not surprised about this recent incident.
And what are your thoughts on this person coming through with a gun?
Search is not conducted in the right way.
As the search continues to find the man with the gun and determine how he got it into the courthouse, some say it's also time to focus on what could be leading to these problems.
The problem is those kids that are that age, their parents don't care where they're at. They're not involved in their lives. That's where the gun violence comes from, all that crap they watch. They need to be reading their Bible, praise the Lord.
Now, at this time, officials have not released the suspect's name, but they do have pictures and videos of him inside the CJC. Now, WREG reached out to the Shelby County Sheriff's Office and asked them about their screening protocol for people who are disabled. We will let you know when we hear back. Reporting live from the Shelby County Criminal Justice Center for your news.
That motherfucker snuck a goddamn gun in there. Let's see this Jabari people. Jabari, man. Jabari, man. You
Podcast. I'm Samaj.
And I'm Kendall.
We're brought to you by What a Change Mentoring and Tone.
As a balanced diet, social.
First superheroes, you know. And our experience.
Oh man, I ain't watching that shit.
A teenage boy is dead following a shooting involving a Homewood police officer. Investigators say that Jabari Peoples got into a fight with the officer last night at the soccer fields. The officer says at some point during the fight, Peoples pulled out a handgun. Shots were fired, but it's unclear whose weapon fired. What we do know is that Peoples was killed. He was rushed to UAB Hospital where he died. The officer was treated at the scene, but is expected to be okay.
Jabari Latrell Peoples was just 18 years old. He was a son, a brother, and a young man with a whole future ahead of him. On June 23rd, he was shot and killed by a Homewood, Alabama police officer. This police says there was a struggle. It was a gun and a split-second decision, but his family says otherwise. They say he was unarmed, he was compliant, and shot within seconds of stepping out of his car. There were no warnings, no CPR, and no answers. In this video, we're about to unpack everything: the official police report, the family emotional statement, and the growing calls for justice. Because what happened to Jabari shouldn't be swept up under the rug. It deserves attention, and it deserves the truth.
Law enforcement and loved ones are now speaking out.
Homewood Police Department says that they've seen a recent increase in criminal activity out here at their athletic complexes, and they say
So there's been a recent increase in criminal activity, and that's where this nigga was hanging out at. Interesting, right?
Hey, I'm wondering if they're actually going to talk about the police report, or if they're just going to continue to say the same thing back and forth.
Probably continue to say the same thing back and forth. Shout out to Big Larry. Big Larry's in the building, man. Salute to you, man. So this nigga hanging out at a park where criminal activity is on the rise. All right.
It deserves attention, and it deserves the truth.
Law enforcement and loved ones are now speaking out.
Homewood Police Department says that they've seen a recent increase in criminal activity out here at their athletic complexes. And they say that Monday night, a uniformed officer approached a vehicle out here, and 18-year-old Peoples was inside of that vehicle. Now, we're told that the officer smelled marijuana coming from the car, and after asking the passengers inside the car, Peoples and one other person to step out, that's where things took a turn. And the Peoples family says there's more to that story.
He did not pull a gun. The officer was not injured. The young lady that was with him, she was a witness. She saw everything.
Homewood police said the officer was in uniform and a marked car when they approached the vehicle Jabari Peoples was in Monday night. In a new statement issued today by Homewood PD, authorities say the officer, quote, attempted to secure Mr. Peoples in handcuffs to effect an arrest for unlawful possession of marijuana and possible other charges. At which point Mr. Peoples began to actively resist. A physical struggle ensued, at which point the officer was knocked to the ground. They add that Mr. Peoples broke away from the officer and retrieved the handgun from the open driver's side door pocket, creating an immediate deadly threat to the officer. The officer, fearing for his safety, fired one round from his service weapon to defend himself. Deandra Peoples is Jabari's first cousin, and the family is claiming that's untrue.
It's bad enough that the officer killed him, but to be spreading these alleged events, what happened, and lying about it, it's just not right.
We want justice. We want to know what happened, what led to the violence. Jabari was not a violent individual, not even a little bit. We want to know what happened. And we want to know
Bitch,
the
they
officer
just told
that
you
was
what
involved.
happened.
We want to see the body cam. We want to see everything.
The investigation is ongoing, and once it's complete, the findings will be turned over to the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office.
On behalf of the Peoples family, Mayor Terrence Wyndham has released a statement. As the mayor of Aliceville, Alabama, I write to you today on behalf of my constituents, the Peoples family, and in solidarity with concerned citizens across the state following the tragic shooting death of Mr. Jabari Peoples in Homewood this past weekend. Mr. Peoples, a young black man, was reportedly gunned down while spending time at a park with a friend. His death has sent shocking waves throughout our community and raised serious concerns about the circumstances surrounding this incident. In the interest of transparency, accountability, and the public's right to know, I respectfully urge your administration to release all available footage related to this case, including any body-worn cameras recordings, surveillance videos, and dispatch audio. Making this information public is a critical step toward ensuring trust in the investigative process and demonstrating a commitment to justice and equal protection under the law. This moment calls for clarity and compassion. The Peoples of Alabama deserve both. I trust that your office will handle this situation with transparency and leadership it demands. Signed, Terrence Wyndham, the mayor, city of Aliceville, Alabama. A concerned resident and an active member of Birmingham spoke with passion about the incident with Jabari Peoples. Take a listen to what this young man had to say.
I want y'all to say this name right here for me. Jabari Peoples, Latrell, Baba, whatever name, I want y'all to say it. Some of y'all don't know him, so I'm going to give you an introduction to him. Jabari Peoples, I want y'all to continue to say that name. And the reason I want y'all to say that name is I want y'all to join me on this boycott with Homewood. Not just the police. The whole city of Homewood, because this happened on their watch with their officers. How you gonna unlive a young black man that didn't have a gun, and now you're gonna say he was trying to take your gun? Hey man, you are the police. First of all, you're not gonna have no suspect of your sort or any individual up on you where they can reach for your gun. Come on now, Homewood, Mount Brook, Hewitttown, Hoover, don't none of y'all white.
That's a terrible argument, man. You know what I'm saying? That argument says that basically that nothing out of the ordinary could ever happen, or everything goes by the book in every police interaction, or you know what I mean, like officers. There's a script to these interactions, and they're not all just completely 100% organic and different in every way.
Man, Doc, it's also tiresome. I mean, I'm honestly surprised that this grift has gone on as long as it has. Sometimes I just think to myself, the sun people, just the sun quality and common sense is taking such a dip, and I'm like, I don't know how we'll recover. But gliders got it bad too. Gliders actually have it worse. I think that a sun man can actually kind of control and persuade their woman. I don't know if it's the same for the glider.
You think sons can control their woman? I don't know about that yet.
Well, I no, I think that they can. I think that the sun woman, she can sit here and talk all kinds of shit about her significant other, but she is not going to allow the world to sit here and say the same evil things that she says to his face. She's not going to let the world say that to him behind his back. The glider woman, she'll hop in on it.
Yeah.
Cops play none of that. You ain't even finna let a black man, y'all pull me over, and 5 of y'all had guns on me like this, and I ain't had a nail gun. And I was in between Mountain Brook and Homewood. So, this been going on. Murder ham, Afghana ham. Y'all know y'all still. 11 o'clock tomorrow. Yeah. Y'all need to make a stand right now. Right now. I ain't got time for the bull jive. When George Floyd got killed, we cut up in a right way. We protested
This nigga saying
in
the
a
right
right
way.
way. The only time it was
Fuck
a
that
big
mean.
display is when Birmingham police had their own white man in there, and he the one throwed the rock at the building and bust the window. That set a whole little riot brigade off, and we had to keep some individuals off some news anchors for Fox 6 News. If you was there, you know what I'm talking about. When I grabbed the bullhorn from Mel Wolfen and told the people out there that we were not gonna ride. Now, I need y'all to join me tomorrow. I don't care if I'm by myself, to be honest with you. But I know numbers mean more than anything. But I need y'all to join me tomorrow. Boycott Homewood. I don't want y'all shopping in Homewood. No shopping. Whatever store they got in Homewood, they got somewhere else. If you're going to Wildwood, off Lakeshore, and you're going, that's Homewood. No shopping. Leave that Walmart, go somewhere else. Go to another damn Walmart. Homewood gets no money from Birmingham residents because we make up their consumption. We are the consumers. We give them their money. Y'all don't believe it? There's a lot of y'all staying at Homewood right now. Some of y'all think y'all better than us because you stay on Green Springs. Some of you think you're better than others because they got you a little apartment on the other side of Green Springs. Some of y'all got some houses south of Homewood and think, I ain't going back to the black community. Well, guess what? They gonna kill you anyway. And if they don't kill you, they gonna kill somebody that look like you. Jabari people.
Man, these people think because they get a $2,000 Social Security check that they're the biggest consumers.
I'm telling you, man, this is absolutely insane. This guy is off the chain, man. I mean, he does represent Sunman talk though. This is how Sunmen talk though. It is our leaders, Sun leaders talk. So it's like,
yeah. This is Action News Network.
Jesus Christ, man. It's mind. It just literally just makes you just like, yo, what the fuck, man? How do we like how do we move on from this? How do we get like black people are stuck, man. We're never gonna get any better. We're just gonna be this way or forever.
Yeah, I know. Until slavery comes back, and then we're gonna kind of be forced to work on an actual skill that's just gonna make us better.
Jesus Christ, man. Jesus, my God. My
Yeah, the
God.
sun, man, they're so far behind, and they're so
It's so
far behind.
childish. Like everything he's saying is so childish that it's like it's almost hard to believe that he's serious.
He
But he's
sounds like a
serious as a
woman.
brother.
He sounds like a black woman.
Yeah. But
You know,
it's
just
so childish. Like there's no argument being made. The thing he's saying is happening. That the white people gonna kill you almost never happens. And the thing he's not talking about, black people killing you, literally happens all the fucking time.
yeah, but they can't talk about that because his brother's a killer.
Yeah.
His brother's a killer. His
If you ain't
cousin's a killer.
angel, just think about your son could have been him. Your child. That could have been your child. Matter of fact, I got a son graduated from Homewood. I got a son that's a good friend of Jabari, who they call Baba. That's how I know his nickname through my child. It could have been my child with him. It could have been my child been him. This is what I'm trying to show y'all. Y'all sit up here on your computers. You sit up here and your child walking by you every day. Your child get a driver's license. Your child learn how to drive. Your child get a violation, a ticket. That's all it should be. A traffic stop shouldn't tell it to a black man getting killed by a cop. Let me rewind. A traffic stop shouldn't turn it to a black man getting killed by a cop. Not a traffic stop. Why every time it's a traffic stop, a black man, a young black man getting killed by a cop? A white cop at that.
I wonder if they
on?
even know the cop is white or
places
not. I wonder if they know that the cop is white or Hispanic or black. I wonder if they know that. You know what I mean? Like, or they just assuming that.
Yeah, they're assuming it.
It's I can't listen to no more. This nigga, man. This nigga, my number, man. Let me focus on something else, man. Make sure y'all support the channel via PayPal, Cash App.
Hey, who do you think his biggest supporters are?
Oh yeah, black women.
So what you think? He's just doing this to get laid or what?
No, he doing this because it's probably bring some fame and bring some joy, gives him purpose. Like
okay.
He probably like organizing this. He organizing that thing, that march or whatever. That
okay.
makes him feel like somebody.
Got you. Okay, so he's tapped into that NAACP Juice Crew money. I see.
He might not even be this nigga off the rails. This nigga might not even be tapped in like that. This nigga might just be rogue. He might just be independent.
And boy just spent a lot of time in one space just talking.
Yeah, I mean it might not like he may have been big during George Floyd, but you know how that works. Like a lot of those people that were big during George Floyd, like once that shit is over with, you gotta life starts. Life goes on, man. What next? What next now? So what now?
Yeah.
And then now it seems like they're trying to come back with the blackly black shit. Baby Baker Fresh says, I say let Uncle DL Cool Hewley cook. Sons need to boycott white cities. Heaven forbid. We need that EBT. Yeah, man, I'm sure nobody would be. I thought we was boycotting Florida. I know the people of Florida are like, damn, when you going to boycott? We were talking about boycotting Florida for a long ass time, man. I wish you niggas would boycott Earth. Yeah, man, you niggas is just annoying, man. Straight up annoying.
Yeah, annoying and emboldened. I mean, God, dog, the Sunmen are they're just getting more and more emboldened by the day.
Jeez. And now Trump said birthright citizenship is only for them.
Well, 2 people are hurt in a shooting at a fast food restaurant out in Columbia County. The shooting happened at the Arby's restaurant. It's right on U.S. Highway 90, close to I-75 in Lake City. As Zach Wilcox reports, the suspects drove off and eventually authorities stopped them almost 15 miles north. And new this afternoon, 3 suspects have been arrested. This is 18-year-old Anthony Williams Los Calzo and 20-year-old Darian Apeg and 20-year-old David Green. They are all being held on no bond.
This Arby's remains wrapped in caution tape from entrance to entrance. We've seen some activity of folks going in and out of the building, cleaning crews coming in to try and work on what was left inside. We do know that 2 people were injured in a shooting inside, one with non-life-threatening injuries, the other with serious injuries that was taken to a trauma center. Both went to the hospital, and we are still trying to figure out what exactly led up to the shooting, why the shots were fired. That is still under investigation. We talked with a witness who saw both this scene and the scene on I-75 and couldn't believe the sheer amount of police that were involved.
It was like, I'd never seen anything like it.
Cindy Elwood was driving down to Lake City from Georgia on I-75 when she came across several dozen police cars near mile marker 437.
I've never seen that many police officers in one place. And we saw a white car rolled over and upside down on its hood.
When she took the Lake City exit, she saw even more police cars at an Arby's right off I-75.
That was a shocker.
The Columbia County Sheriff's Office says there was a shooting inside the Arby's just before noon. Witnesses told deputies about the 3 suspects and the car they were driving, so deputies followed them about 10 miles before a state trooper managed a pit maneuver to stop the car. They took the 3 adults into custody and said it appears they all live outside of Columbia County. A spokesperson says neither the suspects nor the trooper were injured in the crash that stopped the chase. Elwood says she eats at the Arby's all the time, but now she's wondering if she'll ever go back again.
Probably not. I'm leery of going anywhere anymore.
A spokesperson with the Columbia County Sheriff's Office told us that it will likely be quite a while before the Arby's is in shape inside, cleaned up enough to be able to reopen. In Lake City, Zach Wilcox, First Coast News, on your side.
Wow. Never stops.
Well, tonight we're getting more insight into the shooting at a South Memphis nonprofit and rock climbing gym. The incident at Memphis Rocks left 2 men dead, including a
rock climbing gym. So now niggas is shooting up rock climbing gyms. Or getting into it at rock climbing gyms and the drama kicking off there. I know people, when they open up new establishments, I know they pray that niggas don't frequent that shit. I know they pray to God that niggas don't frequent that shit. I know they pray to God.
beloved employee at the gym. Tonight, 1 person has been booked in relation to this shooting. That person accused of taking a gun from the crime scene and resisting arrest. WREG's Shay Arthur brings us the latest on the investigation and what she's learned about one of the victims.
Scary, sad moments in the Soulsville neighborhood of South Memphis. The well-known rock climbing gym and nonprofit Memphis Rocks Climbing and Community Center, known as a safe haven to many, turned into a crime scene Sunday afternoon after two men were shot inside the nonprofit. One of those shot and killed identified by a close family member as 25-year-old Jermon Johnson, an employee at the gym, an avid mountain climber who has even traveled to Antarctica and Africa for his passion. His loved ones called him something special, saying his death hit so hard because he was such a good person who did what he could to get his life on a positive track, telling us Johnson was a hard worker who worked for everything he had. He never wanted conflict and was a peaceful person, loved by many. A portion of Memphis Rocks' website dedicated to donating had a message from Johnson, where he identified himself as the director of outreach for Memphis Rocks' parent company, describing the crucial services the nonprofit provides to the neighborhood, with not just a rock climbing gym, but meals and clothing. But as many mourn the loss of Johnson, Memphis police detectives must now piece together what happened. This afternoon, a spokesperson with MPD told us the two men who died in this case both exchanged gunfire. We've also learned 28-year-old Ferris Haley has been arrested. Court records say when officers arrived at the shooting scene, they found a loaded gun near one of the victims. They say Haley was also nearby. He was detained, but officers claim he broke away, grabbed the gun, and took off running. An officer eventually caught up to him and took him into custody. He's booked on tampering with evidence charges and resisting arrest. For your news leader, Shay Arthur.
So this nigga got away with a gun. The cop arrested him with the gun and didn't kill him. And this happens all the time. I mean, all the time. It's so fucking much. So often do cops arrest niggas with guns and don't kill them, even when they're resisting. We should be celebrating these cops, man. We should be celebrating these people, man. These people are amazing, man. They do amazing work.
Tampering with evidence charges and resisting arrest. For your news leader, Shay Arthur, WREG News Channel 3.
And the other person who was killed in the shooting has not been identified. Memphis Rocks released a statement saying they lost one of their most beloved team members due to gun violence. The facility was closed today as employees processed their grief.
Wow.
New at 5, a Marshall County man is charged with murder after a domestic dispute turns deadly in the Barton community.
Investigators say it all stemmed from an argument between the suspect, his girlfriend, and her 71-year-old father. WREG's Mike Sirianni has more on the suspect and what led to the fatal outcome.
Terrible tragedy. So uncalled for.
Marshall County Sheriff Kenneth Dickerson summing up a violent and deadly domestic incident Sunday night at this home in the Barton community near Byhalia that left a 71-year-old man dead and the man's daughter badly injured.
As far as I know about him from hearing from other people in the community who lived there for several years. Outstanding citizen in that community.
The incident now has 28-year-old Jalayan Young charged with murder in the man's death. According to Dickerson, an argument between Young, who was living in the home, and his girlfriend developed over Young's use of his girlfriend's vehicle, with Young reportedly hitting his girlfriend on her face and body, then, according to the sheriff, turning on the woman's father when he tried to intercede.
Whom he had severely beat in the face and head area, and according to witnesses, choked to death.
Young fled the scene and following an all-night search was apprehended before daylight Monday, walking down Highway 309 not far from the...
I mean, think about it. He beat up his girlfriend. The father intervenes. He chokes him to death. Senior citizen.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. I've never understood these people that kill senior citizens. I mean, you got the special kind of evil in you.
Word. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'll never understand it. Personally, I think you need to be put down like a rabid dog.
From the crime scene, people living in the area glad he's in custody.
Because I saw some comments on Facebook that he was headed down Rabbit Ridge last night, so I had no idea if they caught him or not. At least they caught him.
The suspect charged with first-degree murder could also be facing a possible charge of domestic violence assault against his girlfriend and is currently on federal probation from a previous charge. For your news leader in Marshall County, Mike Suriani, WREG News Channel 3.
Wow. Make sure y'all support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, and Super Chat. Salute to Deluxe247, a.k.a. Cal Ripken, a.k.a. the real MVP, coming through once again. Make sure you guys support the channel, man. We gotta get it cracking, man. Support the channel. Let's see. Oh yeah, let me go to Twitter. When I move, you move, just like that. Shout out to Patrick Lawrence, man. Salute to you, Patrick Lawrence, man. Salute to you, man. Look at this chick, this teacher, man. This fucking teacher slept with a 16-year-old boy, man. Look at the teachers nowadays, man. They look so good, man. They so young and vibrant. And
Yeah.
They with it too. These teachers nowadays, don't get me wrong, they always been sleeping with their fucking students. But the one, they look better now. Like these like we could do a story on a teacher, a female teacher getting caught sleeping with her kid. We could do that every single day. That happens way more. But
I wonder what their ideology is like. Like, what do you think they are? Some little young, free spirit, liberal chick or something like that? Or
I think it's just a woman probably don't think that it's gonna be as bad for them as they, you know what I'm saying, as if they get caught. And then a woman, like they obviously like young boys. Let's keep it a buck. Like
yeah, because this one in particular, she told other staffers about it.
Oh, she did.
At least I thought I read something about it.
Yikes.
That she told she was telling coworkers. Yeah.
Yikes. 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 Yikes.
Man, but they wildin'.
Are you stupid or something?
Another thing that I think is that, like, on Facebook, there's a lot of to help the algorithm. There's a lot of corn, easily access to corn with a K on there.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
They said this is what the teachers look like when we do.
God, I know. Exactly.
Look at all these girls, all these women. This is an old meme. I remember this one. This is like a couple years old, but all these women sleeping with little kids, man.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I thought it was strange. The high school that I went to, there was a teacher who pretty much got caught up in something like that. But this teacher, she wasn't hot. She was, I mean, I wouldn't say she was ugly, but she damn sure wasn't like a looker. You would look at it and you'd be like, what? Her?
Mm-hmm.
But still, she got caught up in it. Her husband, it was a big thing in the small town that I grew up. She's still on the registry too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, she ended up having a kid with one of the students. So
it's crazy, man. Crazy. Insane, man. This girl got arrested. She didn't know they didn't even tell her what she was getting arrested for. She was slept with a 15-year-old student, but she didn't know that this is what she was being arrested for. She didn't know anybody knew about it.
You don't have anything on you. You can just grab whatever you need.
Whatever I need.
Yeah, whatever you need, like your phone, your purse, your card, grab it.
Is she going somewhere? Or?
Yeah, we're gonna explain everything
Yeah,
to you guys.
she was
Go ahead
with
and turn
her
around for me.
She with her husband. Think about that, man.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
Excuse me, is my husband coming with?
Yes.
He's taking his phone number down.
They still ain't tell her what she arrested.
We're just going to Downers Grove, so 10 minutes away.
No, I know, but I really would prefer that my husband's with me.
Of course.
Really? You sure about that?
Am I in trouble? Like I'm so lost right now.
Sure you don't want a tissue or something?
I'm feeling I'm gonna throw up.
You told your husband to go home. She should have told her husband to go home. Don't worry, honey. I'll deal with this, man.
Yeah, I know.
I'll deal with it, man. You had a long day, man. Just go home, man. Jesus.
I don't know. I imagine the husband would have been like, "It's okay, honey. I'm here."
Oh wow. What are you charged with? What is my wife charged with? And they probably was like, sleeping with student. I know he was like, what the fuck?
Oh man, it's wild.
Jeez. I mean, God damn it, man. God damn it. Jeez. Christ. Yes, Sylvester Stallone. Sisters is wild, man. Sisters are just wild. That's all you can say, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Sisters are just wild. Okay. Just straight up wild.
Yeah, and there's so many men that are just gonna put their life on the line for any of them at any moment. I guess because you gotta protect mom, right?
Yeah. I mean, what you just, you know what I mean? A lot of sons, if that's your girl or that's your lady, or, you know what I mean? Like sometimes, yeah, but sons just.
Oftentimes,
Everything
it's a
got to
total
be
stranger.
violent. Yeah, everything's
you
got to be violent.
Like I remember that this was your video because where else would I find it? Where it was in Philly or at a train station, and this woman was being like accosted by a sunman, and then there was another sunman that stepped in the way, and that sunman like hit him with a rock and like blinded. You know, the dude was like hit him in the face with a rock, and he was unconscious. I think he was blind in an eye. And you know, the woman who was being accosted, she ran off. She left.
Yeah,
you know, the dude was just left there. And then
that's
they
what she
asked
should
him.
have did.
Well, that's true. And then they asked, would he do it again? He was like, "Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I can't let a woman get grabbed on like that." And I was just like, "You stupid motherfucker." It's no different than.
Oh shit.
I don't want it. Call whoever they're called. Give me my money. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to stay here another minute. I want to go. I want to leave your restaurant before I turn it up. So I'm telling you, give me my money. I'm shouting at you. Because y'all stupid motherfuckers in here that don't have good service. Y'all very fucking nasty. To the first. I don't want to give my money. Give my money. Put it in. Oh, this bitch is mad disrespectful, bitch. I don't know if
Is she arguing with an umbrella?
Dummy number 1, dummy number 2, and dummy number 3. Look at her. Hey. Lottie. Hey. Look at her.
Give me mine. I gave you $20.
Why would you say some stupid shit like that to them people that's working?
I don't know.
That people are awful, man.
I mean, they are awful, but
I don't want it. Call whoever.
Downright awful.
Yeah.
Black people
They only respond to they only respond to brute force. That's it.
Oh, McDonald's accepting EBT. Oh my God.
Man, that means that they really got the poison in that.
Jesus Christ, man. This is sad, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we know what they're doing with that.
McDonald's trying to get the fucking every last dollar they can fucking get, man. Jesus Christ. McDonald's. I'm on McDonald's. What are we talking about here, man? We really accept the EBT, as much fights and drama as it is in fucking McDonald's. Now you're gonna have a lower. You're basically ensuring that you have the lowest class of black people in your fucking store. Like the lowest, the absolute bottom of the barrel blacks. Jeez. I might have to keep going to Wendy's. I'm a Wendy's guy anyway, man. I'm Wendy's, man. Anyway, I've been Wendy's for a while, man. But I still go to McDonald's occasionally, because the fries are so good. But
Yeah, I'm telling you. People always talk about the fries are soggy, but I'm like, man, that's why they taste so good.
Their burgers suck, though.
Oh God, no. And you know what's crazy? Back in like 2005, there was some kind of like quarter pounder. It might have been, I don't know what it was, but it might have been a double meat quarter pounder thing. Man, I was addicted to that thing for like 15 months. And now the very thought of it just makes me want to throw up. But that was a long time ago.
Man, this is terrible, man. McDonald's bent the knee, man. McDonald's bent the motherfucking knee, man. It's a niggas, man. It says Tel Aviv University study finds interracial marriage promotes healthier offspring and strengthens genetic diversity.
I wonder if they're talking about specifically for Israel.
Now they talking about white people marrying black people and shit.
Oh, of course.
They're not talking about them shit. They're not talking about them.
Well, I mean, it's a Tel Aviv, it's a Tel Aviv University study. So I'm like, what better place to talk about that or to live that in rather than that nation right there. Lead by example, kind of like California.
No, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that.
Of course they're not.
They're suggesting it for gliders, man.
Not for the goyim.
Jeez.
What a joke. Surprised they ain't talk about how homosexuality is like
makes you strong.
Yeah.
Strengthens your bones, man. Salute
I'm pretty sure they're doing that to their own people, though.
Salute to my man Jimmy Fields Productions, man. He says today is the last day of Pride Month. Still, a couple of hours left to walk down the street while someone spanks your booty with the lint cord. Pride Month came and went. I don't feel like they beat us over the head with Pride Month this year. I feel like I didn't even know it was Pride Month.
Me neither. I didn't know either. Was it last year or was it the year? No, maybe it was 2 years ago where they really hit us over the head with it, where they just completely trannified the White House. I've never experienced anything like that.
The Christmas shit.
Yeah, right.
It's people are like, with Trump in office, people don't have to act like people couldn't say nothing before with the Democrats in office. With Democrats in office, you can't really speak your mind. But with Trump in office, people can actually speak their mind.
They
not
can.
feeling. People was just eating shit. Apparently, a lot of people were just eating shit. They weren't really for that, all that trans shit and all that stuff. They were just eating shit and saying what they were supposed to say because you can get in trouble for saying the wrong thing. Now Trump in office, everybody's just speaking their mind.
Yeah, everybody speaking their mind. You get a little bit of truth everywhere. I mean, it's just real crazy times.
Man. Salute, man. Let's see. Abe the Hunter says no more rap music on Carnival Cruises. Oh, really? Please tell me that's true.
I saw Anton drop the video talking about, and it was some woman, some feral son woman team talking about how black people are being targeted at Carnival Cruises. I'm like, I wonder how that works.
Listen, black people being targeted. Black people deserve to be fucking targeted, man.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah, man. They need to do it. They need to. Yeah. Sons need to get done on them Carnival Cruises. Like, you ever watch Planet of the Apes, the one that came out in the 1960 something?
No.
when the humans landed on that ape planet, they came
I
rounding
seen some of that. Yeah.
They rounded their asses up with that net. That's how blacks need to be treated at the right when they start acting all crazy, some big nets need to just drop.
Yeah.
Hold them down till they calm down or something.
Man. Tel Aviv University. Jesus Christ. That's so funny, man.
Yeah. They're not even trying anymore.
It's so funny.
They're just fucking with people.
Jeez. Oh, here we go. One. This one funny. This one right here. This is peak sun fatigue.
We've been trying to use Uber for the longest ass time.
Look how many Uber trips on here. Like, I Uber every fucking where.
You don't got no job.
Look at.
You don't got no job.
No, look at all my trips.
Who you work for?
My kids take.
How you get your money?
Don't worry about it. Like, I get money.
Frequently, you got that Juicy J shit. All my gas in the bed, laying coffee, put it in the coffee.
Look how much.
What's up, my boy? Go away.
This is how much.
Go away. She don't need that. He got the pole.
Look at this. Okay.
But in this bitch, we in mama house right now. You hear me? Trap, new trap. I got my Gucci on me, and I got 2 straps. Not a 9, not a Mac. Hey.
Because this girl is okay.
Your son said he loved me. Like a 13-year-old. Look.
He's really mean.
Wake your ass up, G. I'm at your mama's house. Hey.
Go back to sleep, Keegan.
He too young to realize.
Damn. When done woke her son up.
I wonder if
We've been
she's
trying to use Uber for the longest ass time. You logged
Look
me
at
on my
how
account, bro?
look how many Uber trips on here.
Huh?
I think she's probably meth addict or something or what?
Yeah, they selling some kind of drugs. It look like they turning her house out. They selling drugs out of her house.
Yeah, right.
Look like it's the next turn of events, man. Jeez.
That's actually pretty crazy. Like, I mean, come on, I wouldn't even be mad at Klan if they started marching in that neighborhood. I ain't gonna lie.
Not gay, bro. The fuck? That nigga suck my dick. On blood, hey, gang. That don't make me gay, cuz. That don't make me gay, cuz. That don't make me gay. How the fuck that make
Wicked
the
in the
next
back.
nigga gay? Cause this nigga did something to me. I ain't do nothing to him. The fuck? That's what a lot of y'all
That's Sun Logic.
not gay, bro. The fuck? That nigga suck my dick. On blood, hey, gang. That don't make me gay, cuz. That don't make me gay, cuz. That don't make me gay. How the fuck that make the next nigga gay? Cause this nigga did something to me. I ain't do nothing to him. The fuck? That's what a lot of y'all.
Yo.
What's happening, man?
Not gay, bro. The
Is
fuck?
that true?
That
Is that true? If a dude suck another inmate shit, that the inmate not gay because he didn't do nothing to the dude. The dude did something to him.
Nah, they're both gay. Yo, I don't know about y'all, right? But them carnival cruises look lit, like a good time. I'm down.
Yeah.
You go ahead and do some recognizance for us, man, and then come back and give us a skinny, man.
Hey,
I'm
Wiki,
good.
you ever been on a carnival cruise before?
Hell no.
Man, that shit is so overrated.
Oh, you been
The
on
food,
one?
yeah, I've been on one. The food is terrible, and you're practically eating the same thing every damn day.
Now
But when you step on,
when you were in it, was it all some people?
man, it was probably I say about 65, 70%.
Jeez,
That's more than the 10 I'd be talking about.
And you can't like.
Well, no, let me dial it back. We were on there for like 3 days. Like I think it was a total of 4 days. It was less than a week. It might have been less than that. Maybe I think it might have been like 25.
And what music
I
were
mean,
they
there was a
playing?
lot. Man, I can't, man, I really can't remember because there was times where a lot of people were out on the boat, but I remember I was kind of sick at the time, so I spent very little time socializing.
Yo, but I'm gonna give credit where it's due. At least some people ain't shot one up yet.
Sure about that?
I haven't heard of any shooting on the Carnival cruise.
Nah, I haven't heard either. I ain't heard either. But
I'm gonna
the
give credit
amount of
where.
people yeah, but they do have metal detectors and all this stuff.
Yeah, but when it comes to violence, don't
They even
underestimate
have
the police.
dogs.
Yeah, it's hard to keep Sons. Yeah, though like Sons it's gonna be a shooting on one of them soon, man. It's gonna be a
Man, I
shooting.
can't wait.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a good show that day.
I'm telling you, man.
Nigger.
You got me fucked up.
Nigger.
I'm sitting here going into the parking lot asking if you good.
Bitch.
You been staring at me.
With your fake ass eyelashes.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Get out of my face, you fucking nigger.
But I won't find out where
This
you
was
stay.
satisfying.
Yeah, I feel bad for this lady. She's smoking a joint on her lunch break, and some black people decided to film her from another car. Then they got up and started closer and started filming her and blew her shit up, and then this happened, and then of course she's done after this. She never worked.
No,
She
this is Patel.
worked at the bank. The bank, yeah, she's outside of the bank smoking a joint in her car on a lunch break. And some black people. You know how black people are. They see you doing something, they're just gonna pull out their phone and record you.
Yeah.
No,
and they recorded her. They were recording her for about a good 10 seconds too before she even noticed.
But you know what, man? I gotta give it to some people, man. They got it for getting people fired. That's like a go-to. Somebody gotta lose their job.
Hey, that makes their day, man.
It makes their day, bro.
Yeah, that just reminds me of Tommy Sotomayor, because some people, they go to great lengths to make sure that his money gets taken. Great lengths.
But I mean, look, she said the song word, right? I guess that's not fine. But if she's not mistreating customers or doing them dirty, I mean, why she gotta lose her job for?
I don't know.
She said nigger on the fucking camera, dog. You gotta lose your job for that, man. Like we ain't that far removed. Like I know Trump in office, and you feel like you got more freedom of speech, but you can't. There ain't no company. Yeah.
But if that sister goes up to her and calls her a Patel, whatever the fuck, slur there is for a Patel, right? She's not gonna lose her job, is she?
Oh, Wicked, stop! Wicked, stop acting brand new. You know damn well.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just saying, though, in a logical world, it will make sense that she will lose her job too.
This is a wicked world. Wicked.
Right, upside down world.
We don't do logic here.
It's just so annoying, man.
It is annoying, I wish she would open up her damn Gifts and Go or whatever the hell. Hey man, hey Wicked, hey, you ever seen that one dude that had the Burger King little paper crown on his head with a mask, and he was on a plane? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh man, it's so funny. Yeah, they're on a plane.
Yeah, Burger King guy. Yeah, he was. He just started shouting the N-word and shit.
Yeah, it was like kick that N-word bitch off the plane.
He's a legend, man.
Then he's like, Then he's like, can I have some water, please? Thank you.
You know what? I haven't seen some people act up in the airport. As a matter of fact, I was at the airport once, and respectfully, this one ghetto ass son family was by me, but it kind of felt weird because they were going above and beyond to like be nice to me. You know what I mean? And I was like, what the fuck? They look ghetto, chief. There was a sister with like her family with like. And we got to the line at the same time, right, to get in line. But they were like overly courteous, and I was like, huh.
Wow.
I should took a video, right? Because I mean, that's I know you don't believe me.
Yeah, no. I mean, I've had this customer service from sisters before. It is surprising though when you get it. Does take oh wow, man.
Yeah, I know Crook County talked about he wanted to hug one of these sisters before. Remember that? They were giving him good customer service. He wanted to hug.
Yeah, you live and you learn, man. Live and you learn. Man, this has been a decent show, man. Go ahead.
Hey, want me to share Burger King guy with you on Twitter real quick or
No,
no?
I know Burger King.
Oh, you
All you
got
gotta
it.
do is
Okay.
yeah, all you gotta do is press it. He's a fucking legend, man.
Yeah,
Burger
he's a
King guy's
legend.
a
Like,
legend, man.
I never heard of
He's
that.
he's everywhere, man.
Wiki, you gotta
Hey,
catch up with these modern times, Wiki.
Man,
that's him. Yeah.
oh no, I never seen that.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's my
Thank
God.
you. You need to. Here, this is my seat. Can you stand up? Where's 25A? Where is 25A? Why did she just knee me in the stomach?
Because you deserve it.
Yes, she did.
Because you deserve it.
Did you get that on camera?
You deserve it. You deserve it.
Excuse me, I'm part West African.
You deserve
I can
it.
say nigger anytime I want. Bye. You need me in the stomach. I want to press charges.
Nobody.
Take her shit.
Nobody.
Take her shit. Get the fuck out of my seat.
Oh, he needs to go. Oh, he needs to go.
Kick that nigger bitch off the plane. Sir, please
You
stop.
need to stop. There are children.
Please stop. Nigger! Stop. Hey, that's not necessary. Take your stuff and get out of my seat, please. We will take care of it, but I need you to stop yelling. She need me in the stomach. Why are you in my face? I'm asking you to stop yelling. Have I committed any type of violence since I've been on the plane?
You're
no.
yelling and
so
you're
what?
Yes, sir.
That's she need me in the stomach.
I don't care what she did. You're being
Thank you.
disrespectful.
Somebody get
Shut
this
the
on
fuck
camera.
up for 2 seconds.
I want a lawsuit. I want a fucking lawsuit right now, motherfucker.
Have it your way.
Oh man,
Well, I never
good
seen
stuff.
that. Man,
Good stuff.
I hate flying, bro.
This is my seat.
Can you stand up?
Where's 25A?
Yeah, he wasn't happy to say the least, man.
Nah,
That sister.
man. Nah. That boy did say he did look over and say, Can I have a glass of water, please?" In the middle of all that.
Yeah, that motherfucking chick, man, she pissed him off, man. Sons will do that to you, man. They will piss you the fuck off. Oh man, let's see if we can see what else is going on before we get up out of here, man. See what else is make sure we ain't missing nothing, man. Okay.
Man, I hate flying, bro. Yo, I was flying recently, right?
Where'd you go?
And I was sitting next to a female Patel, and upset. It was bad.
Beautiful. She was beautiful.
Hell nah. She
Oh,
was
she smelled?
man, she smelled, bro. It was bad. And not only that, not only did she smell, but she was wearing, like, she took off her shoes. She took off her shoes, and she was putting her feet by me. I was like, I couldn't believe my eyes, Chief.
They're different.
I was gonna bug out like the Burger King guy for a second.
Wow.
They're different about their feet.
Yeah, she was way too comfortable, man. But if I get comfortable, I'm wrong, right, Chief?
Yeah, right.
Did you see those videos of Vivek Ramaswamy with his feet off doing interviews and stuff?
Yeah. Are you serious?
Yeah, he was being
he
interviewed.
did.
He had his stupid feet out with no shoes on, just like he's in India.
What the fuck?
The next video though, he had shoes on, so apparently he listens.
Someone must have filled him in on how we do it over here.
Now, is that a Patel thing or a Muslim thing?
No, but Patel thing, definitely.
I feel like
he's Hindu.
I feel like the sand somewhere would do something like that.
Nah, that's that Hindu stuff.
Yeah, it was fucking annoying. I wanted to tell her, hey, do you mind? What's wrong with you? You're in America. Somebody
Man.
was telling me that some airport in the Middle East or somewhere over there is like the cleanest in the world. I was thinking, I don't know about that. I highly doubt it.
I don't know, man. Did you see the streets of
Dubai?
Tehran when they evacuated the streets of Tehran?
How
Man,
was it?
those shoot cleaner than Houston. I can tell you that.
Really?
It was only one. It was like only like one little section, and it was
Yeah.
evacuated. But still,
Well, I mean,
I'm
look,
like,
man,
what the hell do we got? What the hell are we doing here?
well, look, bro, give Houston a break. You know, they got a lot of well, you know, if there's a
No,
lot of littering going around, you can't really blame Houston, you know?
yeah, somebody gets a blame.
Somebody's littering.
Mm, It's not even the litter. It's just I don't know what it is. Honestly, I really don't. It's like maintenance.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of that Tehran shit, dude, that day I saw that Trump tweeted something about no deal if I'd evacuate Tehran if I was there immediately. And like the
Yeah, I
next
know.
reaction everybody started, there was like a
Yeah,
mass
well,
exodus.
yeah, I know. Well, man, that hey, I ain't gonna lie, because I was paying close attention to the whole,
Yeah.
the 2 weeks of World War III. And so when Ak would get on here, and when Ak would get on here, just talking about the usual sun crime, it was a real good way for me to disengage and not focus on any of that because uh I just had some
So
serious thoughts, and I
so
damn
you
near go ahead.
so you think the conflict between Israel and Iran was a bigger issue than the relentless crime wave or whatever you want to call
Well,
it?
look, I believe that first of all, I believe that there's a lot of anti-American people out here, and I'm talking about that's
Mm,
left and right. There's a lot of and Trump did something in 20. He did something that I don't know who else could have done it, but he brought patriotism back. But that was only in rhetoric because whenever it comes to actions, it seems like his priorities are juice crew actions. But we really didn't want to believe that because Trump tends to be genuine with the things he says. So when he just dropped everything and just kind of went full neocon, a part of me had me thinking that, because what do they always call him, Taco? Trump always chicks it out or whatever. Part of me had me thinking that there's no way that he'll go through this. He's not. I believe that he cares about his legacy. I believe he cares about how people are going to look at him. He listens to. I think he keeps his ear to the ground. So
I
I just
mean,
couldn't see.
but
Go
more
ahead.
important than everything you just said is what Israel says. His legacy
Well,
takes a back seat to what Israel says.
right, and one point I kind of felt like Trump kind of fooled us because when he did the detour and went to the Middle East, that almost looked like, yeah, it looked like we're like, oh wow, we're about to see this different side, and then boom, he goes full neocon, and then all of a sudden he's saying, success, we defeated him, and then you got everybody, and then you got CNN basically saying, wait, they ain't do nothing,
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
Iran saying, wait, they ain't do nothing. But of course, we see the damage in Israel, and Israel's like, "Hey, they didn't do nothing to us." So it's like at the end of the day, I guess it's a victory for the U.S. because nobody died. Netanyahu
Yeah.
has his little trial,
What do you
and
think about that? What do you think about that whole skirmish between the chosen ones and Iran?
I mean, I think it was handled well. I think that those Arabs, man, I mean, everybody's mad at the Juice Crew, but those Arabs, boy, they got to be tamed sometimes. Sometimes, like, you got to put them down, man, put them in their place,
no,
especially
I
these
do
white.
believe. Yeah, I
Because
believe that somebody needs to be put in their place. I do believe it, but we just
the
got to talk about who needs to be put in their place.
Yeah, the Africans don't do that, so they run roughshod over the Arabs gonna run roughshod over whoever they can. Like unless you meet them with force. You talk about somebody that only understands force and violence.
Yeah, but I thought it was unprovoked. Israel's attack.
I mean,
Nah, man,
when are they ever provoked? I mean, when are they ever
them Arabs
not
deserve that shit, man. Them
How,
Arabs deserve that shit.
how do you figure?
Because I mean they massacred all them people at
No.
Oh yeah,
that day,
yeah,
October 7th.
yes,
Oh,
And
the
yeah, I
we're talking
know.
about the
Yeah,
Iranians.
despite the the Iranian well the Iranians funding
Hamas.
the
Yeah,
Iranians funding Hamas and
Yeah, but I'm talking
yeah,
about Iran. Though.
despite the fact that CNN Iran funded Hamas. Remember, Iran funds Hezbollah and whatever the hell else CNN and Fox News could join to say. So, so and I found that really odd. That CNN and Fox News they got on one accord. Last time I saw CNN and Fox News get on one accord was was the aftermath of January 6th.
Yeah.
well,
Somebody said in the chat that you think Iranians are Arabs. You could put an
they're white.
Iranian in front of me
Yeah,
and an Arab in front of me. I
yeah,
couldn't tell you the difference.
yeah. They look like they look more like whites. Iranians look like white people to me, man.
But they look like
Kind of do.
Arabs too, though, and they are Arabs.
And
I would
there's a
say.
and there's a and there's a large Jewish population in Iran.
Is there really?
It is.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird, isn't it?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things in Iran that I was really thinking about it, and of course, I don't really have any theories to back this up. But I kind of, when I was looking at how Israel was just so ready to go, I mean, I kind of know how they've been planning, the 7 wars or however many wars, and Iran was the last one. But I kind of looked at it like it kind of reminded me of why America or why everybody wanted to bomb Germany during World War II. It wasn't really about it wasn't at all about the whole Holocaust thing, but it was just that Germany was they were on a higher pace of modernization, and so they kind of had to blow things up and knock them back down.
Yeah. Do you think they look like Arabs? These people here on the screen?
I don't know. I see Juice Group.
You see Juice
That guy
Crew, these
looks
people?
like white. This guy looks like a white guy.
Yeah, he does. He does.
All these other women, they look kind of like they could be. A lot of these people could just be white, yo. Like,
Hey, don't they call themselves white?
Of course they do.
I don't know, man. They look like Sandman to me.
This guy right here, like a white guy. That's a white guy. I mean, this is. Don't get me wrong. I understand what a sand is, and yes, this guy has a little sand in him. But they the whitest looking sand people out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then when you were calling them Arabs earlier, why were you calling them Arabs? If you don't think they're Arabs.
I do think they're Arabs, but I just think that they're just like how
Canelo looks white.
Like light skinned blacks are like, you know what I'm saying, blacks.
It's like referring to Guatemalans in front of Home Depot as Mexicans.
Yeah.
I like your analogy with the half glider sunman.
It's just like it's like a bunch of like Steph Curry and motherfucking Blake Griffin and all the basketball players.
They're sunmen.
They sunmen, but they, you know what I'm saying,
that makes sense. That's a good way to put it.
These motherfuckers are but if you look at where they're at, they're like close to Europe. Like Iran could be Europe on a map.
That's true.
Well, didn't they conquer Europe for a while? The Persian Empire.
Parts of it, yeah.
Yeah,
The
they were in a
Persian
good part of
Empire.
it.
Yeah, they were. I read about how they were going to name when when the nation states were created, they were going to name Iran Persia.
I'm
Like
surprised they
this
didn't.
dude white. This dude is white. Come on, man. That's a white guy. That's fucking Santa Claus.
Kind of like Choose Crew, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, same thing,
But
glider.
they were going to name it. They were going to name Iran Persia, but they went with Iran for some reason. I can't remember the reason why they went
I
with
wonder why they
Iran.
didn't. Persia makes more sense. I mean, it's very that those people have a history. They have a pretty strong history.
Yeah, they
What-
should have named it Persia.
When you meet an Iranian, they'll either, they won't tell you that they're from Iran. They'll say that they're Persian because they just don't want the smoke of people coming at them for being Iranian.
It says, while Persia is a name historically used for Iran, particularly in the West, Iranians themselves has always referred to their country as Iran. The name Persia originates from the Greek term for the region of Pars or Farsi, in southwestern Iran, which was the heartland of the ancient Persian Empire. In 1935, the Iranian government officially requested that the country be referred to as Iran, which is derived from the Persian word Ariana, meaning land of the Aryans.
Oh wow! There you go. Case
So they're
closed.
Aryans. They're Aryans, man.
So
I
they
think that's
consider
kind of in
themselves gliders.
I think that's in the general region of where they think the white races came from, and that they trace red hair back into that area as well.
To Iran?
Caucasus, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if it's directly to Iran, but it's some of the Middle Eastern. They refer
the
to the land
empire?
by the old names. What's that?
Yeah, like the Persian Empire, somewhere in the Persian Empire.
Somewhere within there, yeah.
I mean, they did conquer parts of Europe, so it makes sense that they intermingle with the people there, right? With the barbarians.
The barbarians, the Germanic tribes.
Yeah, these people though, they had a great civilization, so it's like it makes sense that they're white. You know what I'm saying? Like no other people have great civilizations. Like those like
the Central Americans, the Mayans.
What about the Tigers? The Tigers have pretty.
Yeah, but
they have a
those
strong
those
history.
people have the central the Native Americans have had a different type of they have a different type of thing over here.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Their shit is different. But I'm talking about as far as like in the old world, the known world, nobody had any great civilizations outside of people that look like that. Because I think the Egyptians were white too.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt about it. It kind of begs the question as far as Iran, as to why I've never heard some people claim Iran, or some kind of like we were the first Persian king was Sunman, or some crazy shit like that, right? I've never heard that.
They will do that. They're gonna do that. They're gonna do that. You just give them time.
I think the reason they haven't is because in this country, again, Iran gets there's a lot of propaganda against Iran. They paint them here as like menacing people, right? But they look pretty stable to me.
Sons care about that to claim. I think sons will steal your shit. They stole Japan shit. In Japan, we dropped bombs on those motherfuckers.
But what I'm saying though is the U.S. if they mention Iran, which they really don't mention Iran, it's usually like in a hostile manner. But I see what you mean though. But I've never heard some people claim Persia.
Yeah,
and they claim everything.
It's on their radar. It hasn't been on their radar.
No, it won't be.
I can't wait. That shit's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, you make sense though with the whole gliders. I mean, they're very imperialistic. That's what the Persian Empire was, right?
It also borders all the Stan countries of Eastern Europe, all those weird sort of Muslim Stan countries that Russia used to have possession over. It's right next to all of that.
Yeah.
Well, they're Muslim, right?
in all the Kyrgyzstan, all those places, there's lots of Muslims there. Yeah.
No, but I mean, Iran. It's
Yes.
a Muslim country, right?
Yeah, but they're like
it's a Muslim country, but they got Christian. They have
They're a different type of Muslim, aren't they?
different Muslim. I think
Sunni?
they're not the
Shia,
Sharia.
whatever.
Sunni. I think they're Sunni.
Yeah, they're like a different type of like if you look where they're at, they're like right next to Turkey. Like Turkey, those are white people too. Like Turkey is like literally like they some fucking white
Really?
motherfuckers.
They don't consider themselves Arab either.
No.
Huh. Interesting. But Turkey used to be part of the Persian Empire too, right?
The Ottoman Empire.
The Ottoman, that's what I was thinking about.
Look
Wow,
at this.
actually,
So
wow.
Turkey is right here. Iran is right here. They're like literally you can't get through without going through Iran. Down here.
It's pretty cool how they were bombing Tel Aviv with bombs going over. What country was it? Turkey, right? They were going past Turkey to bomb Tel Aviv.
Wow. This is this is a rough area. This is a rough neighborhood. This is what you call a rough neighborhood.
Right.
This is a rough neighborhood.
Yeah, this is a rough neighborhood, Jay. Look at Saudi Arabia, just right there in the middle of all this shit.
Another motherfucker.
Jordan, Iraq, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar. They got like 8 countries they share borders with. That's got and all these countries are fucking sand demons, desert demons.
Right.
Saudi Arabia got it rough.
But they're tough too, though, man. The Saudis, they're also aggressive. They've been bombing the fuck out of Yemen for the longest.
They got Egypt here.
All the way to the west.
Heck, there's a son man made the news in a big way today, yesterday. Here.
What happened?
He was convicted of murdering a woman who was born 133 years ago.
Look, they're right next to Afghanistan. Jesus Christ.
A son man killed a 130-year-old woman?
No.
Lord.
In 1960, he murdered this elderly woman in 1967. He's 92 years old. And they just convicted him.
Oh, yeah, the DNA got him. Yeah.
Did you see that?
DNA got him.
It's fishermen here.
No.
He's not here yet. He's not here yet.
I've got a quote for him, right? Next time you hear him spouting off about Jews, right? You know Sir Oswald Mosley. Yeah? You familiar with Sir Oswald Mosley?
No.
You know,
is he a Jewish crew?
You've heard of Sir Oswald Mosley?
No.
What? Explain to us who he is.
You never heard of Oswald Mosley?
No.
Would you explain?
No.
He was a founder of the British Union of Fascists. Big name here, right? He had a newspaper called the Black Shirt. October 3rd, 1936, he wrote this in the Black Shirt. Some do this in perfect good faith and honesty, and thus unconsciously help the enemies of their cause. Others, no doubt, as the struggle develops, will actually be employed, often unknowingly, by those very clever people, the big Jews, to make wild and foolish attacks upon Jews in general in order to discredit anti-Semitism. No mind about discrediting anti-Semitism. Next time you hear fishermen or anyone spouting off about Jews, point him at that quote, because there's been lots of people like that.
Yeah. So Alexander, do you think that the Jewish crew dominates Hollywood?
Well, they created Hollywood, didn't they?
So do you think that? Do you think they use the dominance in Hollywood to brainwash people as propaganda?
Well, I mean, the evidence is there, isn't it? But look at do they still control Hollywood?
Well, yeah. I mean, what about the banks? I mean, I'm asking you questions that we know the answer.
No. There've been a lot of Jewish bankers, but I mean, You make the mistake. You make the same mistake as these idiots who claim about white supremacy, mate. You know, as though all whites are.
So you don't think there's a pattern?
So are you saying?
I'm saying that there's you've got little cliques of people who gang up on everybody else.
So do you think? So you're saying that white supremacy doesn't exist?
No, I'm not saying that.
Oh shit!
So white supremacy exists.
No, white supremacy, it was a historical thing. It was called white world supremacy. That's
what? Wait. World supremacy. Tell me the difference between
white world supremacy. Because
white world supremacy.
The world was controlled by the white man, right?
By the white man.
By the white man.
Okay. Was this white man like a Christian or what?
No, don't play silly, stupid. You know what?
I'm just, so you're talking about? We're talking about.
The history of the world for the past 1,000 years was largely, not entirely, but largely the history of the white race, right?
Okay. Now, I just want to be specific, with this white race that we're talking about.
People who claim that these idiots are called Trump or white supremacists. They look everywhere. They see white supremacy. Well, I'm sorry, but I walk down my street and I see white people begging. You know, well, not here.
So Alexander, what do you think about the idea that the Jews crew is a big reason why some people are going crazy in America, in particular?
Jewish organizations have been infiltrated by communists for a long time.
But they're Jews crew. They're Jews crew.
I thought the Jews crew kind of created.
They did create communism.
When you combine that with the active communists,
they didn't create communism. No,
they didn't.
But wait, time out, Alex. You're kind of. Let me bring you back real quick. What do you think about that concept that the Jews crew are a big reason as to why some people are running rampant in this country in particular?
Jewish liberals and Jewish communists, yeah. But Jews have been faithful servants of communism, but it's been entirely an unreciprocated love affair. If you look at the history
Hey, can you tell us about I would like to know about these right-wing Jews. Let me know what are they into?
Stephen Miller, for example. Well, Jews can be patriots as well, can't they?
Can they? I don't know. Tell me.
They just seem to be very
patriots to who? To like America or to their?
There you go. I mean, it's just. I mean,
they're just very It's a very conniving group. I mean, is it fair to be worried of them, Alexander? You can't be mad at people for noticing.
We can say something about blacks, can't you?
Well, yes, you can. Yeah, you can. We absolutely do that every day. So yeah. I mean, I'm just saying. Like,
here's the funny thing.
You don't think?
Are you going to try to act with the same brush as these arseholes in the ghetto, or what's her name?
I might.
That
depends on if you tell me to leave unjustifiably.
That what's her name? That Democrat, mousy Democrat. What's her fucking name now? Jasmine Crockett. I mean,
you know what? I forgot. I didn't even do the fucking story that I would do.
Which? Oh, the main event.
Yeah, I didn't even do that. Hold on, let me get to this, man.
Well, it's good because you saved me some career-ending things that I could have said about the Jews.
So,
you know what's funny though is,
please put a pen in it, please. I mean,
what's funny is
fishermen. So
it's funny that so much of the sort of paranoia about white replacement and all that sort of stuff that
there's not paranoia. It's true.
Hold on. Let before you jump all over me, let me even make my statement. If I've been listening to you go on, let me just give me a minute, man. Let me cook. For all that messaging that's being pushed upon Western societies right now, that many trace to what they call the Jews or Israel, they're pushing for sort of dilution of the whites in this country. That's what they're pushing for. But you never hear them, and they base it on disparity of percentages, and that's why there's racism. But you never hear them say there's too many Jews in the news media. There's too many Jews in film. There's too many Jews in banking. They'll say there's too many whites for everything, but they'll never say that about themselves.
Well, that's anti-Semitic. You can't say things.
Well,
like
they're getting the shit kicked out of them now, aren't they? After October 7th. I mean, that's
What? Why you keep saying October 7th? Wasn't CNN already there like on October 6th? Didn't people lose their job over that?
I don't follow you.
I said, wasn't Cruz on CNN there on October 6th waiting for the good shot to get for the war that was planned on October 7th?
I still don't understand. What you saying? It's some
All
sort of
right.
false flag, eh? Are you saying it was some sort of false flag?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's silly. That's beyond. Silly.
That's silly.
Yeah,
Okay, so
A lot of people died.
can you tell me? Can you tell
A
me?
lot of
Can you
people
tell me
died that
why?
day.
Can you tell me why Can you tell me why the IDF turned their guns on its own people? I mean, I'm just curious. You know,
I can't hear you.
Yeah, BB knew they were gonna attack. They knew IDF knew they were gonna attack.
But they still attacked though. That's the same logic when somebody say
but they could have stopped them though, Chief. They allowed them to slaughter all those people. They could have stopped them.
They turned their guns on their own citizens. I mean, that's documented. Isn't Netanyahu
There were 3 people killed accidentally by the IDF.
Just 3 people?
I think so.
Huh.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, you think so? Oh, dang! I thought you
look at the reaction to October 7th, right? Look at the reaction to it.
The reaction? Yeah. I remember the 40 dead babies. You know, I remember the atrocity propaganda. Hey, can I tell you what I saw on October 7th? Let me tell you, because I was on Twitter all the time. So when I saw the people paratrooping in, right, and the the next picture I saw was probably about 12 men. And like they were all stripped in their underwear and zip ties. Some of them were naked. And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, these Palestinians have gone crazy. I can only imagine what Israel's going to do. This is October 7th when it happened. And then the very next day, I couldn't find that picture anywhere. But they're talking about 40 dead babies. And I'm like, oh wow, this is a big deal. And and I remember a lot of people were looking into this whole 40 dead, and turns out less than 10 hours later that was false. And this is after Ben Shapiro posted a fake dead dog, and you see it as a baby, which is just incredibly.
Yeah, but Arabs kill babies all the time. Like it's nothing for Arab to kill a baby.
Okay. Well, I would just hope that they would show us.
I'm just talking about like this. Like, listen, man. Those people ain't no little dainty fucking flowers, man. They some rough fucking
100%.
Man. I'm not about to sit here.
Can I tell you? You mind if I tell you? All right. So I was still curious about those multiple people those multiple males that were all naked or whatever, because I really thought that those were because there was a concert going on. So
okay.
I was very
quickly though, because I got to get to the story.
I was very dumbfounded when I found out that on October 7th, those men that were in their underwear, they were actually Palestinian men. So that means that on October 7th, the IDF already captured these men. So yeah,
but
that's why I never saw that anymore.
But I'm with you, Og. Look, I'm not trying to defend the saying some words at all. But let's keep it a buck on the Jews crew, though. Those motherfuckers, as smart as they are, and they create iPhones or whatever the fuck, they're smart, but they are dangerous. You gotta admit that.
I know they're dangerous, but the Arabs are very dangerous. Like the Arabs do terrorist attacks all the time. They send people over into Israel. They get the IDF. Well, not the IDF, but whatever their little police thwarts like dozens of bombers a day.
Yeah,
dozens of what they call them, suicide bombers.
Yeah. Well, I told you once, and you agreed. Make no mistake about it. If the roles were reversed, the song words would obliterate Gaza.
Oh
they
yeah.
they wouldn't hold back. They would annihilate the Jewish crew.
Annihilated. They would kill every single one of them.
So you're making the same mistake. It isn't the Arabs, it's Islamism the problem. It's
no, it's the DNA is the problem.
No,
yeah, it's
no,
DNA.
it's fire in the minds of men. It's called.
I'll
tell you this much: they couldn't have picked a worse neighborhood.
You got white Islamists as well.
The Israelis.
And
but they're so close to controlling the oil. So close.
If you look at
they just need them out. They just need Iran out of the way, and they control the whole oil industry.
Look at the way
that's a big win for Israel. You know,
if you look at the way they're being treated, the Jews are being treated now. It's because they're white. Because
that's why they're hated as well.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't have all this hysteria if they weren't white.
Yeah, their arrogance doesn't really help people either.
You know, we see a lot of stories on the show, and you know, you come to certain conclusions about people and their groups, and I think just as sons should appreciate the world that gliders have created, you know, all the law and order and medicine, the reality the gliders have created, sons should appreciate it. Well, gliders should be grateful and appreciate the world that the Juice Crew runs. The same way, it all works out.
I would agree. I mean, I love Jewish comedy. I mean, come on, we need Blazing Saddles.
You need to appreciate your Jews.
Yeah. Love George Carlin. Yeah. Jews are very good comedians and very good basketball coaches too.
Basketball coaches?
No, Italians are the basketball coaches.
And they're really good at banking. You can't make that a negative. That's a positive.
We need bands.
It's their
great
basketball.
lawyers. They're
great
basketball
lawyers, sons. You got to appreciate that.
Basketball is their bacon. Okay, let me play this, man.
All right, back here in Metro Atlanta tonight, we're learning the name of the man shot and killed at Cone Park last night. The DeKalb County Medical Examiner says that Anthony Pearson was killed. Atlanta police say another person is in the hospital with injuries. 11 Alive's Galat Malamed is live right now at the scene. So, Galat, what are people who live near the park saying about what happened there?
People who live near the park tell me this is a popular place for parties, and we've seen a lot of posts on social media saying that there was a fraternity picnic happening here during last night's shooting. We have reached out to Atlanta police to confirm that information and are waiting to hear back about that. It's a calm Sunday evening at Cone Park. Less than 24 hours earlier, police blocked off the park investigating a deadly shooting. Joshua Hall-Thigpe was going about his evening when he
heard very loud bangs, but obviously, with July 4th coming up and stuff, it's kind of hard to tell which is which.
He brushed it off as fireworks, but later learned it was gunshots. Atlanta police say one man is dead and the other is critically hurt after a shooting at the park around 8:15 Saturday night.
It's very heartbreaking that someone, took whatever they had going on to that extent, especially, in the manner that it was taken at a public place where we all come to enjoy ourselves.
Police say when they arrived to the park, they found a man shot in the head who died at the scene and another shot multiple times who was taken to the hospital. As Elliot Watts goes on his regular walks, he's
just surprise, sadness.
To learn about what happened at his neighborhood park.
It's just not consistent with this neighborhood, even with the events and parties that are thrown at the picnic and at the recreation center. There's basically never any word of violence or threats of any kind.
Other neighbors we spoke to say they're not necessarily surprised about a shooting here, saying they believe the park's become safer in recent years, but also recalling a shooting here in 2018.
There was a Zone 6 party here, and there was shots going off and people rushed down my driveway.
Abdullah Safan's lived across the street from the park his whole life.
I just hope it gets better because I just had to explain to my little sister, she's 6, about what's going on. And I just hope it changes by the time she grows up.
Wow.
Police have not released any information about a suspect. Live in Atlanta, Galat Malamed, 11 Alive News.
Galat, thank you. We appreciate that.
So the fraternity, this black fraternity, was having a fucking picnic, and some niggas rolled up and
we start this hour off talking about that story Cheryl just mentioned. Right now,
Police are still looking for a suspect involved in a shooting at a Southeast Atlanta park over the weekend. We know that 2 people died there, and today we are learning more about those victims. So 11 Alive's Karis Belger is joining us at Cohen Park. Karis, what can you tell us about the victims?
Well, police have identified the victims as Anthony Pearson and Justin Minity, both 23 years old. In fact, a family friend of Pearson's who I spoke with, who did not want to go on camera, described him as a loving father, a wonderful mentor, a kind human with a warm heart. And he said it was a shame that this tragedy cut his life short. The sound of shots Saturday night in Cohen Park came as a surprise to El Tariq Salem.
I thought I heard fireworks, and I was like, okay, it's close to 4th of July. They're just firing off fireworks. That's fine. And then it was like 10 shots back to back to back, and then like 4 or 3 like intermittent, like spread out. And I was like, okay, those aren't fireworks. Those are shots.
Salem says he was house sitting when he heard the gunfire after what he says was a party, but the good times didn't last.
I would say it was a pretty consistent trickle. I would say like it was at first, everyone was like running away down the street towards their cars they had parked on the other side. And then people were like walking away because they knew the party was over.
Atlanta police say when they arrived, they found a man now identified as 23-year-old Anthony Pearson on the ground with a gunshot wound to the head. Pearson was one of 2 people who police initially said were shot. Another person, Justin Minity, died Monday from his injuries. People nearby say the park is a popular place for people to gather without worries, which is why the tragedy that transpired Saturday is such a shock.
But I'd also say it's just not consistent with this neighborhood. But it's a surprise and saddened fact to learn about any kind of violence here.
Now the friends and families of the victims are left to mourn after a summer celebration turned sour. And investigators say they are very much still looking for the person who is responsible. Anyone with information should reach out to officers because this case is very much active. In Kirkwood, I'm Karis Belger, 11 Alive News.
Hey, did you get my emails?
Did I what?
Did you read my emails?
Your emails? Did you send them to Opportunity Live too?
Yeah.
Okay. I posted the video that you wanted me to post.
No, you didn't. It's the wrong one. It's the wrong one.
Okay, it's back up. You can go find it. It's back up on the channel.
You sent me the link, but it's the wrong one.
Okay, but it's back up. So just go to the live, go to the channel, and go to the live streams and find it. It's the live stream. You said it was June 5th, right?
No, June the 4th.
Okay, then just go find go look at the one for June 4th.
I like news. Like news.
Yeah, Op Nation News. Yeah, on this channel.
What's it called again?
Unforgettable.
I don't. You said it was June 5th. I don't know the name.
A family is remembering their loved one tonight, caught up in the crossfire during a shootout at a fraternity gathering.
Yeah, the DeKalb County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed 33-year-old Anthony Pearson was one of the 2 men who died in the weekend shooting. Fox 5's Kim Leffler has followed the latest developments with this story throughout the weekend, and she is live now with more. Kim.
Yeah, Pearson's sister tells me she can't believe this happened. She says he was here at Cohen Park on Saturday attending a fraternity picnic when things turned violent.
Say his aura is just unmatched. It's gonna always be unmatched. And the fact that I can feel it while I'm talking, I know it.
Anthony Pearson's sister calls her brother unforgettable.
I can describe him as a wonderful brother, an excellent son, and an awesome dad.
She says Pearson was at Cohen Park Saturday night for the annual Kappa Alpha Psi picnic. Atlanta police say an uninvited guest showed up at the event, which led to a deadly confrontation. They say Pearson wasn't involved in the fight, but was shot in the head and died on scene. Police say medics rushed the man believed to have started the altercation to Grady with multiple gunshot wounds. The DeKalb County Medical Examiner says that man also died from his injuries. They've identified him as 23-year-old Justin Minity. Pearson's sister says they spoke every day, and it's been tough not hearing from him.
He was going to make you feel like family. Everybody was family to him. When our dad passed, Anthony stepped up. Like, he was the one. That's why I call him my little big brother, because let him tell it. He's the oldest, and we have to listen to him.
She's still in disbelief that he's really gone.
His energy is unmatched. We'll never find another person like Anthony Pearson Jr.
2 other people were also injured in this shooting, but police do expect them to recover. Police have also not yet said exactly what led up to this argument. Live this evening in DeKalb County, Kim Loeffler, Fox 5 News.
All right, Kim, thanks for that live report tonight.
Wow. So apparently some dudes came up to the party, and they was just regular hood dudes. And since it was a fraternity party, they were asked to leave. And you know what happened next. And the dude that got killed, the dude that they said was the salt of the earth dude that got killed, he wasn't involved in telling the dudes the argument with the hood dudes. He was just standing somewhere in the party, and a bullet hit him in the head.
It always hits the salt of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Their best and brightest are always taken by stray bullets. It's a tragedy.
Yep. 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 Unbelievable, man. Anybody got any final thoughts, man?
Final thoughts.
Hey, salute to you. Another great show.
I'd like a first thought before I have to come up with a final thought. Great show.
Same black time. Same black channel. Out of here. Subscribe.